being able to take a win and be on a journey with your friends and have accomplishments that you share together is worth more than any kind of big ass paycheck or nod, like clout nod from some label or being on a certain roster or anything else. Like being, even if it means that we don't get to like be on Nightliners for the rest of our life and be this crazy big sensation, like it's never even been the goal. But if we even got like 2 steps that way, but it was all without compromising any of our values and bringing our friends with us and being able to share it together, like that is the most fulfilling experience. Totally. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to share it with your family that you've known. So.
So I says to Mabel, I says, I'm back, you're back in LA, that's awesome. Hey, hey, hello, welcome.
Oh.
It's HardLore time. How you doing, Bo?
I'm doing so well in sunny California.
It's not very sunny today. Kind of reminds me of Australia. We wanted to do something fun today. We wanted to go around to a couple small businesses in LA that are associated with hardcore punk in some way.
Right.
And, you know, just have a nice day all around the city, checking out some cool local businesses. We're gonna start here at Modu Coffee. If only there was some kind of like unbelievable breakout international band here for us to bring with us, that would be the icing on the cake. You know?
Who would that?
What the hell?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What the f?
It's Speed.
Wow.
It's good to see you guys.
Speed is here and they're mic'd up.
Mic'd up and ready to go.
Look at this. This is incredible.
What are the odds?
Are you guys getting the cup?
The odds are high.
Yeah.
We have Jim, Dennis, and Josh from Speed, and we're gonna take them all around LA today. Get to know them a little more. Eat some yummy stuff. Drink some yummy stuff.
Shop some yummy stuff.
Yeah, just have a nice day. You guys want some coffee?
I would love it.
I know you love Monster. Do you like coffee?
I'll have coffee today.
Okay.
There we go.
You can take it one day off once.
Let's go in, Steven.
This is Jude. She's a legend. She's the owner, proprietor, chef, owner, roast master. Who's the roast master?
We use a different recipes.
She's not the roast master, but she does the rest. What's your favorite thing?
Depends. I like all the tonics. Matcha tonic, espresso tonic.
I'll take an espresso tonic. Are you familiar with espresso tonic? They got that? They got that?
Yeah. We get them every now and then.
Down under they got?
Yeah.
I love espresso tonic.
Dude, Australia doesn't play when it comes to coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
Good thing I found this. They got good coffee. Better than Europe.
Well, that's a good.
So, boys, you're in town for Coachella right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy to say. And we were talking outside earlier off camera about how that was just not even a goal of yours.
Absolutely.
How was that experience? How does that compare to something like Sound and Fury that you've played a few times now?
It was hard work.
Yeah.
It was harder work than I thought it was going to be.
How so?
Well, you have a fucking tent full of normies who are down to engage, but they don't know how to engage.
Yeah, right.
And you want to come and we're trying to do the thing the same way.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You want to have the same experience, stand on your own 2 feet and just bring the vibe that we normally bring.
But you did achieve it. I've seen the whole set's out there for people to watch.
Yeah.
You got people in Birkenstocks diving, you know? they're spin kicking in fucking red bottoms, you know? You didn't think that's even possible. How did you do that?
Well, there was also like a bunch of hardcore people there.
Yeah,
they were representing the entire time, which was cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen, you know? That
I know,
like Hans Zimmer couldn't even get me there, you know?
Dude, I mean, those guys saved our life. Like, those people like showed the rest of the audience like how to do it.
Do this.
Which was very nice. I think without that, like it would have been even harder. But I mean, it was a fucking sick experience, right? Like I think we all are on the same page that we loved it, and it was a huge opportunity. But like you say, how does it compare to something like Sound and Fury? I don't think it does. Like, Sound and Fury is the sickest thing we've ever played.
And that was really kind of like the new beginning of Speed. was that Sound and Fury where we talked to you guys that did that little mini interview. Was that like who would have thought that day would be where things really kind of launched?
That was the life-changing moment.
Well, it's rare to at this stage in our lives, having doing this for so long, to watch a band set and go, "Holy shit,
they did it!"
Like that's a moment, you know what I mean? And that was a certifiable, like, oh, they just like became a thing, you know what I mean?
It is right.
That was our 15th show. You know what I mean? Like, because of COVID, like we took a 2-year break and whatever. And then we came out of COVID and we'd never ever had any, I mean, like we loved the idea of potentially maybe going overseas one day with the band, but we didn't expect it.
Yeah, was that the goal?
Yeah. I mean, like we were like, look, if we get the opportunity to go play in the US, that'd be like job done. You know what I mean? We've ticked every box we could possibly want to tick. So we did that, and it was our 15th show. And we were like, oh, okay, well, every criteria for the band is satisfied now, so everything beyond this is
untickable boxes.
Right, yeah. And so that's why it kind of just like restarted the band for us. It like gave us a whole new like motive.
It completely shifted the potential for anything that we as Australian Back could ever achieve. Because playing Sound and Fury, like 50 Lines did it, No Apologies did it. Anyone else?
Nah. No Apologies was early too.
But they kind of, like 2007 or something, but they kind of like, that was already legendary to us, even just playing early in the day and just being there. Just being on American soil. Sure. It's a psycho thing. Yeah. But my girlfriend was asking me like last night, she's like, okay, so how you feel? Like, how do you feel about the show? Like, how do you feel about Coachella? Because we'll always decompress like in the days after. She's like, you don't seem too like overwhelmed or like nothing like that. And I was like, it wasn't mind-blowing. Like, it wasn't a mind-blowing experience because it was like, you had to work for it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Sound and Fury was we got up there and I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It was literally felt like I was in like Hellfest in the 90s when there's like dust balls going crazy. It felt like Woodstock or some crazy shit, but I was fucking playing, you know what I mean? Yeah. Coachella was like just a...
Not to say that we expected it or anything, or like it was something that we take for granted at all. It was a fucking incredible opportunity, and like when we got the offer, like we were fucking stoked to do it. But yeah, like I guess to bring it back to Sound and Fury, it's like you do that with no expectation. Everything beyond that kind of just feels like bonus stuff.
It's all great
at this point. You know, like it's weird to say like the last like 3 years of our lives since Sound and Fury has just been kind of like
you're in the free spins, bro.
Yeah, we're in it.
So
you're re-triggering every day.
How was the vibe otherwise? I've never been to Coachella. Have you ever been to Coachella? Never been there. Did it feel like an industry kind of corporate thing?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's, I mean, firstly, I would say it's probably the biggest like event that any of us have been to before. Like,
I think it's the biggest event you can go to.
Right. Yeah. There's like, you think you've seen like a big crowd of people, and then it's like 100 times bigger than that. Like it was quite overwhelming in that sense, just being around that many people.
You bump any elbows with anybody cool?
My wife met Paris Hilton the other night.
Dude, that's huge.
Awesome. That was like
Stars Are Blind, banger.
Yeah. That was a nice moment.
Like, is Doechi skanking side stage while you're playing, or what?
I mean, some of our friends said they were hanging with around Charlie XCX for a little bit. Like, you see a lot of these kind of people like
pretty cool
around, but also like they're like artist compound is every man and his dog there. You know,
really.
Like, that's a festival of its own.
A lot of non-artists.
It's like artists, a lot of non-artists sound like
a lot of probably.
Who the fuck are these people?
Yeah, Dennis, what are your thoughts?
That shit.
I gotta get inside your mind.
It was cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't like. I just went in there and it's like,
you did your thing.
It's another day for me, you know.
Yeah,
but,
totally. We had a good time.
But it was good. It was a really good time. But, you know, got the experience of like a lot of people that.
There was no. I'm sorry to interrupt you. There was no moment during the set that I watched that was not like 100% speed, which I appreciated. Like, you guys didn't do anything. There was no like gimmick. Like, that was the set you would play.
Yeah.
It's funny. I wasn't there at Coachella obviously, but the last 2 times I've seen speed, one was Hellfest that we played together,
that was
and
awesome.
then Coachella. So I've only seen you at the first Sound and Fury, Hellfest, and Coachella, which are just giant crowds, but obviously I've seen other videos and sets online. I love that the consistency of the energy, the consistency of like what you guys are doing, and I think that's really important. Because if you went on stage at Coachella and you did like some new bullshit, I mean, it just would
We,
not.
we kind of didn't have time to do anything like that anyway.
What was it like? Rushed?
Well, I mean, just
What was the
a year
changeover?
has been, we've done like a tour in Australia, which is just like a regional tour, essentially playing like small venues all over Australia. Then we went to Europe with Madball, and then the next thing was Coachella.
We haven't stopped touring
We just didn't
since-
change anything.
We haven't
just,
stopped touring since April last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had 2 weeks off over Christmas.
How do you feel about that physically? Is
Way
this
better than I anticipated.
Yeah.
I thought that at this point, bro, like would be like, I've lost all my muscle mass. I'd just be like fully,
still
you know what I'm
jacked?
saying? Like
Still jacked.
we have some methods. We have some Asian DNA.
Okay.
You know,
That's good. You
definitely
need
works in my
that. You
favour.
want that.
But we have some hacks that we're born with. But,
Okay.
but no, I feel amazing considering it all. Obviously, like we're
Yeah.
doing the best shit, like the most incredible shit of our lives.
Now, speaking of consistency, though, I have to ask you something because one of the funniest things I've seen in recent memory was during the flute part at Coachella. You didn't do the second one, and a dude air fluted at
You didn't
you.
notice
I
that?
didn't notice this, right?
I
And
did.
he's like,
I did.
walks, he's like going by the stage dive past Jem, and he's going like, and then you just didn't do it.
You were inviting
I
him?
have to know for his sake, if you're watching, sir.
This was the first time I ever forgot to do it.
Oh, you forgot.
I fully just forgot because I think this is it. Is that what's like? I didn't anticipate. Okay, every set that we play, I feel like I am a personal trainer, and I'm there, and sometimes you got someone who wants to be a bodybuilder, who wants to compete, and sometimes you got the person that's just dragged in there and they don't even want to be there.
Totally. Sure.
So depending on the type of crowd you're playing to, you know what I'm saying? This show to me felt like I was like a commando, like at a fucking boot camp, like trying to like whip these people like crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was like hard work.
So there's no time for flute as a
I think at the end of it, I was just so in my head, and I saw Aaron playing the bass part, and I was like, "Oh, that's meant to be me." Oh, I just didn't do it. But I didn't notice until I watched the live stream back that this dude's just going and doing it for me anyway. You know? like it was,
So that you did a good job commanding. He knew what to do.
That has
He
to
had
be
never even heard that song. He knew
gave him
that
a
flute was
flute
there.
grab.
That has to be the first time ever anyone was mid stage dive,
And air flute.
air fluting to no flute. Surely that's never happened before ever.
It's a miracle. So you got, a beautiful thing is that you got to dedicate the biggest set of your lives to two of your friends that had just passed. And like you guys as the same core group of people has been in this band since the inception. The same core group of people like lifted this band from local Sydney band to worldwide phenomenon. How is that getting to dedicate this beautiful moment to your friends?
we always like say that we're just the product of a larger friendship group back at home. Like everything that I know, that we know, our values, the way that we see the world, is all informed by just these friendships that we made. I know that might sound corny to some people or like whatever,
Not
but
corny at all.
it's when you go to shows when you're like 12 years old, and you're from a small place like Australia and Sydney especially, like you're just and there's not that many people like in the scene. Like you get to know each other so well over these years. And anyways, I feel, without going on like a crazy spiel, like I feel like so fucking grateful in my life that we found this thing called hardcore, because I see so many other people, bro, that like they don't get the same kind of excitement or they don't get the same kind of meaning out of the things that they're involved in their lives. Because for hardcore, like we have power chords, it's fucking spin kicks.
Amen.
It's so rudimentary. It's the most primitive, simple, basic shit ever.
And every song's kind of about friendship at the end of the day, and people hear that and laugh peripherally, but we mean that shit.
Literally.
Dude.
Yeah, if you think that's corny in any way, you don't get
get
it.
it.
You don't deserve to get it.
I get it more than ever when our best friends who we've met through this shit have passed away and have left us and have left the world with nothing but the memories and the experiences that we made together, which was so powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here in America doing this together, hanging out, doing all these amazing things because we just played in this kind of music that we thought as kids would never amount to anything beyond a fucking gig on the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
A demo, yeah.
And having Tamid up with us, Alex Arthur with us, and RJ with us, like, these are some of our best friends that we met through this shit, who are on stage with us at all the best moments of our lives. Like, Tarmet was with us, and all the biggest shows we've ever played in Australia. And if he could have left Australia, he would have traveled with us too. RJ was with us when we played Have Heart last year in Boston. He was at that Only One Mode release show in like LA. Like Alex Arthur was at the very first Sound and Fury with us, and the second one. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are guys that you know what it's like when you have your homies behind you on stage, just there with you, like
Moshing on stage. Should be pointed out.
But just that feeling of like,
Oh, I'm good. They're here.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like the only way that we can respond to like I'm not trying to get heavy on this shit, but like it's been devastating to lose these people.
Totally.
The only way to respond to that is just to continue like pushing their legacy.
Yeah.
Because I feel so lucky that we were the ones that got to know like RJ and Tarmet and Alex, and also selfishly just having their banners up there with us.
Oh no, that was
It's
beautiful.
like,
that fuels you.
But it's like
That was
it's like it felt like they were there.
Yeah.
Like RJ would have they would have been so fucking stoked that we were playing this, like, and just even more so than I don't know. It's that's just
Yeah, it's perfect.
Beautiful.
it's awesome.
I'm going to check on our stuff before we transition into something else. Pardon this first ever interruption on the all new HardLore channel. There's just something really cool we got to talk to you about real quick.
I've been dying to talk to you guys about this.
Every single week now, we've been telling you about the Sight for Sound program by Nevin Eyewear. You can see in the episode already, Bo and I both have our Nevin glasses on. And that's because we're in touring bands. We make music, we contribute to this industry. And if you do too, you go to sightforsound.com, you're going to get free prescription glasses and sunglasses.
That's absolutely right. Let me read some of the fine print here. Quite literally, guys. Do you drive? Do you do merch? Do you tech? Do you front of house? Do you do monitors? Do you play in the band? What do? You go to this site, you fill out the questionnaire, you're in.
You're getting glasses within a few weeks. So just go get your eyes checked at a local eye physician, optometrist.
That's the one.
I guess that would be the title. And then in a few weeks, you're going to have free glasses and sunglasses. So please, just do it. We're so honored to bring you this message. You got Earth Crisis hitting us up saying, thanks, guys, just got my glasses. Every day I'm seeing somebody cool. It can be you as well. And Speed, they need glasses too, as we've heard.
Of course.
Everybody needs glasses, including you. Get on it. Sightforsound.com. Back to this incredible first episode on the brand new HardLore channel. Enjoy.
I know that this is going to be fire, no matter what, because I can smell it. And but just look at this cup. You can serve anything in this cup and charge whatever the fuck you want, and it's gonna, it's gonna smack. Give me that.
All right, ready? Milk cream bun. Woo!
But yeah, so since then, and I just have kept the same membership since then.
When was that?
2013.
Okay.
Crushing, dude. You used to have really long hair.
I did.
I think you look better. I think this is you.
Man,
You know?
I think
know what
so
I'm saying?
too.
I think so, for
I think
sure.
you figured it out.
I think you both figured it out too.
This ain't about us. 2019 Speed starts. Tell me about putting the demo together. Who's primarily writing this stuff? How does this 5 group of guys get assembled? The Australian Avengers, some would say.
I would too. I want to sing in a band. I want to do a band with my brother.
Thank you.
Brother doesn't play anything.
He's so silly, your brother, dude.
You silly?
He comes up and you're like, he's smiling, and you're like, there he is. You know?
If you caught him when he's smiling, that's a good thing.
Oh, he's got an infectious smile.
He can get
You
fucked.
say it's silly. We think he's a fucking bastard, to be
Really?
honest. Yeah.
My brother's the boss.
That's a standard brother mentality.
He's an evil little guy.
Yeah,
He's seriously, he's just a cheeky little
that's
bastard.
a silly thing to be, though, is evil. So, you know? look
Whatever
at
impression you have of my little brother from Speed, fuck that.
Yeah.
He's a boss.
that. He's
a sicko.
evil bastard, apparently.
He's a sicko.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the best. I love him.
So who's writing this demo?
Yeah.
What's the vibe? What's the intention coming into it?
Just wanted to write. Just wanted to write the hardcore that I wanted to hear. And I remember that the references back then, I was like, I wanted to sound like something like Minus meets
Minus?
King 9.
Minus is an influence for
Yeah.
Speed?
Because also when I'm thinking about
That's awesome.
my best, especially then going into it, like my favorite records that I was referencing were mostly like 7 inches and stuff. Like, and I was going back to the shit that I was listening to when we were in like later high school, you know, coming out of high school, and it was like that Soul Search EP, King 9, Criminal Instinct, that kind of stuff. And so, anyways,
Minus.
when we
It's crazy. I think I went to every Minus show.
it's just because it's just tough.
Yeah.
It's just tough without trying to be
bullshit.
overly gimmickly hard or like how a lot of stuff is now. And like it's literally just fucking tough, hard music. You know
Hear
what I'm saying?
that, Travis? You did great.
It's dope. But anyways,
Put that
Travis from
pizza-
Minus owns a pizza place
Pizza
called
place.
Backbench in Ventura now. Check it out.
very in theme with today's
Oh
episode.
yeah, very good.
Who's riffing? Who's coming up with riffs? Really?
Yeah.
we're just writing
It was a
everything.
one-man band essentially when we started it.
essentially.
Really? Wow.
And then it was just the only criteria for starting a band, in my opinion, is with your homies.
Yeah.
And if it's a hardcore band, moshes.
Yeah.
So
That's the
homies
best
and
moshes
moshes.
make the best bands. That's the rules. Dennis.
that was it.
That's how I know Dennis. I feel like his
Which pit? Which pit?
which pit?
Are you talking about this? Are you talking about the fallback situation or?
No. This is. I mean, I think I don't know if we probably met. You came to America before I went to Australia. I think,
Yes.
Right?
And we met at your
At the pit.
at
the OG pit.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
What year?
2015.
What tour were you on?
Was
Rotting
riding
Out.
out, take offense, Minus, and Relentless.
Call comes back to Minus.
Yeah,
Maybe every
it all
time.
comes back to
That's
Minus.
so crazy. But yeah. So what's the state of Australian hardcore in 2019? Like what's going on that you're going thinking
We need this.
we need this now.
So this is a really good question because like, speed was really intentional when we started. It was. We sometimes I think maybe the narrative about speed is that like, oh, it just came out of nowhere, but like we really specifically started this with the mission in mind because hardcore was so insane during the mid 2000s when we all fell into it because of Parkway Drive. It was massive.
Right.
But then from the like 2014s onwards into COVID, it fucking dwindled, bro. Like
It's so funny because I came in 2014.
That was the.
I mean, that was probably the tail end
Of
of
the
a
boom.
good era,
That was
and then
lit-
from there it kind of
That Break the Ice was incredible.
Twitching
that was the
Tongues
last one.
Disgrace set, like it was fucking
That was
awesome.
really cool.
yeah.
It was
we
fucking
went
awesome.
2012 and it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2015 and it was different.
Yeah, for sure.
It can't
For
be
sure.
died down.
You got, I feel like when Harmsway came the second time, it was a little bit of an anomaly because Australia does reward bands that come back.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I feel like you guys are a great example of that. I feel like every time Harmsway comes to Australia, it gets bigger and better every time.
Absolutely.
But for the most part, yeah, from about 2015 onwards, the amount of bands coming to Australia reduced pretty drastically.
Those are the
And then
dark
there was-
times.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like people say it was kind of similar over here as well. But like with Australia being so remote, you really felt the difference from like when we were growing up getting into it to then being in our late 20s and like barely being able to go to a show with like 50 people at it. You know what I mean? And maybe one or two bands coming from overseas every year, and like even then, like it was only like the biggest ones.
Terror's coming.
What?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. What Australian band during that time, during the dark time, who was bearing the load?
I would say probably. I mean, Primitive Blast was super active. That's when they were doing all that shit. Iron Mind, yeah.
Iron Mind did a Life and Death tour that we did.
Yep.
Yeah,
They opened and they were like consummate professionals.
Oh yeah.
New record coming
First
soon.
one's there?
Yep. Mixed by my brother. It's
Oh,
really
very
good.
sick.
Awesome.
Really good.
They're
That's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, but when I mean
Outsiders
they
Code.
kind of wound up, and then were like from the moment that they stopped, like you could kind of tell that things were slowing down as well. But yeah, like Primitive Blast. I think Ill Natured were doing a lot of stuff around that time. If you guys have heard them,
After getting back, it was kind of my mission because I've done a bunch of tours, a lot of overseas tours, and rarely am I like impressed by what's going on. Australia right now, I've never seen such a plethora of bands where all of us in the band afterwards were like, "Did you see? They were fucking good." And this was happening every show because there were.
He couldn't wait to report to me the
I
insane.
could not wait.
that's awesome.
What are? Give me some of them.
The Chain,
Yep.
Yep.
Implode, who are like young
Yep.
kids.
New album
They
band.
didn't even have a fucking. They didn't even have
We
a
just
demo
played
out.
with them. in Melbourne. Yeah, young band.
Yeah, Melbourne. We played with them at that Revs bar with the cages, right?
Yep.
And
Bloodmouth,
they
right?
covered Bloodmouth is incredible.
Yeah.
Bloodmouth.
Yeah.
Bloodmouth is. I can't believe Bloodmouth.
I may go vegan. If I listen to too much Bloodmouth.
He sent me the new record last night. I'll send it to you. But Implode like covered Breakdown. And
Yeah.
it sounded like Breakdown, and they're like 19. You know, they're young. Jailed.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Awesome. Yep.
Timepiece, obviously friend of the
Yep.
show, Robin singing in Timepiece.
Legend.
But yeah, there's just like a plethora of bands going on right now, and I want to know. You have to know that in part, that's because of you guys.
I mean, we would never.
He agrees. Say hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we would ever take any credit for it, but like we were talking about it the other day, and I think the big shift in Australia in the last few years as well, that kind of sets it apart from that like pre-COVID era, is for the first time there's a new generation.
Yeah.
And there just hasn't been one for so long.
There you
Like
go. Yeah.
we were pushing 30 and we were
last ones.
still the young
Yeah.
people.
We came in as the young kids, as the new jacks that were getting teased and bullied and all that kind of shit and having our own fun and creating our own little groups, you know, as you do when you come in. And then fucking 10 years later, we're like looking around being like,
no.
we're still
The last ones left,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
still the last ones left. And I think that was a big reason as well, because like new kids didn't start coming to shows, and also the people that fizzled out like start talking shit on about hardcore. Like the whole mood about hardcore amongst a lot of people in Australia was like apathetic. Like people were too cool for it. They're moving on to like other stuff, like and whatever. And we were still in it and being like,
Exactly.
we also went through our own thing, our own journey of it being like, fuck, like maybe is it over? Like I don't know. And but we came to a decision as a group of friends, like, no, this is the fucking best shit ever.
Yeah.
It's like I love this shit more as I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Youth Crew lyrics from 1986 have never hit harder
Oh, bro.
in my mid-30s. So.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make you feel bashful or to unhumble you in any way, but surely you have to identify that if that boom started around 2020 or post-COVID,
I think that we are part of we are
part of the wave.
Part of a wave that's happening everywhere in the world.
Okay.
We happen to be a band that started at the right time with the right intentions in 2019. Going into COVID, when you had lockdown and all that, who would have known what would have happened?
Sure.
Or if you put that on paper, it's everything would have pointed to hardcore dying. You can't go to shows. You're disconnected. What's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? And it was the thing that made hardcore the biggest it's ever been.
Like Wollongong is probably lit as fuck right now.
Yes.
Right?
Literally.
Yeah.
And that's unimaginable to me.
When we were growing up, there would be 15 to 20 date tours, all ages shows in Australia. I know that concept is a bit weird, maybe outside of Australia, but in Australia, like because of the laws, we have to have specifically all ages and 18 plus. Anyways, all ages shows died out, but in growing up, like seeing these kind of shows, like long tours, all over different parts of Australia with big ass rooms, with a thing. Not big ass rooms, but like like good attendees.
Yeah.
And that all died. And Speed just did we just did a 17-date Australian tour to like regional areas. And it was all sold out with local bands only, 100% Australian. And I'm not saying that to flex like what we've done. I'm saying that because we are literally here being like, everything we fucking dreamed about getting back to for the last 12 years, like it's literally happening. Yeah. And it's a movement and people are on board.
It's better now than it ever was.
It seemed better.
For sure, yeah. Not to like, I know what you're saying, but like we're not like talking about this shit to pat ourselves on the back, but also like Jem said, we started this band with a very specific intention because we weren't happy with like the state of things. We were like, fuck, this thing that we care about so much that we know all of our friends from is dying, and that sucks. So we had this idea of what we wanted hardcore to be, and I guess we just kind of manifested and tried to put everything that we could into action to bring it to a place where it was something awesome that like everybody could celebrate, and you know everybody had the right intentions with it, and that's honestly kind of what we're living at the moment. Like it's.
Are you about to say it's exactly like Hatebreed?
That's exactly like Josta. That was what he did.
That's
yes.
crazy.
Did you think the same thing?
I did.
He saw.
He got kicked out of a Fugazi show for moshing and then went home and started Hatebreed.
But so did his friends.
Yeah.
They got kicked out too, and they're like, "Well, there's a need. Let's make this. Let's fill
A
this
need.
for Speed."
Thank you. You guys want to go look at some old hardcore shirts?
Yes.
That sounds
Absolutely.
really nice.
Let's go do
That
it.
sounds fucking awesome.
We're here with Speed. We're back. We're at Varsity in Los Angeles, where they've got all kinds of crazy vintage denim. They make their own jackets and pants. But in the back, tucked, is a secret little vintage store with some of the best hardcore shirts of all time. Metal, everything you need. So we're going to go check it out.
Let's go.
Check it.
He really took it away with him.
That was a good intro.
Thank you.
Okay. How are you, bro?
How are you?
Nice to see you.
This is Vic.
Bo.
He's the owner and proprietor of Mills Vintage. He's from Russia. Yeah, we had to surprise you. He's from Russia. You may recognize him. There's a picture of him when he was very young.
Oh, fuck off.
Padded up, dude. They went multi-platinum on Tumblr.
Oh, that was you?
Yes. You didn't? You know I'm fucking around?
I had no idea.
No, come on. Come on.
Oh, that Bjork poster. Steve. That Bjork poster.
What's happening, Vic? Yeah?
Nice.
We're back here. We're in Mills Vintage. I just wanted this beautiful backdrop of old-ass, expensive shirts to talk about. Let's see what we can find in here. Jim, pick me a winner, would you?
Pick you a winner.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I already found
all
one
of
over
you,
here,
by
which is
all
nice.
means, everybody have a look.
Get on.
The Fury of 5T is fucking crazy.
There you go.
What kind of print is it? I mean,
Ink.
yeah. It takes on a different quality after a while.
Absolutely.
You know?
Let's see. They call that discharge.
That's a lot of colors.
It is. That's too many.
You couldn't print that these
This
days.
had to have been expensive in 1995.
Yeah.
98.
You know?
Beautiful. I have a
if
98
you-
baseball tee.
Writing
with me.
breakdowns
It's
with
the original
only
Speed logo.
pinch harmonics. Why not?
Is that true?
Bro, when you look at the demo cover, and you look at the whole layout of it it's Madball.
Is Madball?
Yes. Then we toured with Madball last month in Europe, and I was on stage literally being like, just fucking look at the demo, look at the Speed logo. Like you could.
Who designed the Speed logo?
Pat Galvin. You know
Patrick?
Pat?
Oh, I know Pat.
Pat Galvin from Canberra in Australia.
Known well.
Our
He
brother.
did the God's Hate logo. He was my mortal enemy for about a month, and then my great friend for many years.
He did Parkway Drive logo.
Legend.
Do you
He's a
guys know
beast.
that
He's a
story?
beast.
About Patty being.
I told it in another episode, but when we toured with I Exist, which is how we
Shout
met
out.
Aaron, before the tour, I found a tweet online from an account named @Patrick Galvin.
Okay.
He was anonymous on there, but the tweet was, "Oh my God, Twitching Tongue sucks so fucking bad. I can't believe I have to tour with this band."
Oh,
so I'm
man.
going into the tour like I got to find this Patrick Galvin guy. Day one, I find a passport in the urinal. Patrick Galvin
In the urinal.
in the urinal, pissed out,
The fuck was
Oh,
he doing
and
that?
I brave it. I pick out, find it, and then me and Patty are boys. Day two, have a great time.
Thank God.
He's the
buried.
best.
Yeah, oh, Hatchet way buried, and then he designed multiple albums for me. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So what do we got here? The visual aspects of Speed, I think, are so integral to the band. Like the demo has, the logo is borderline the same as it is now. You
Yeah.
figured it out very early. Mm-hmm. So how intent? We know now the band itself was very intentional. How intentional are all the visual aspects of the band? Who is doing that?
There's no like curated or like orchestrated kind of formula with what we do. It's for the demo, for example, you go back to it. One train of thought that we had was that people will probably hear this and they might just think that we're an Australian band.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, they might just think we're an American band. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it was really important that we put a photo of ourselves on it so people could see what we look like
Totally.
behind the music. And that was an intentional part about like promoting Australian hardcore culture, is that you can see what the people of our scene kind of look like. And I guess that's just kind of been the running theme. It's just that, like, we're just championing like who we are as individuals and just putting that in the front. You know, that's why the album is like a photo. of
I
us as well.
love that album cover.
Thank you.
Love it.
And
Thank
you
you very
say
much.
that that's not like curated or intent, but that's so like
You just described
you
intent.
described full intent in a beautiful way because it's authentic.
I guess I mean there's visually though. It's not like we're, hey, you wear this and we wear this,
Yeah,
and or like we're gonna like do this. Like it's just when we did the We See You video, the first video that we did, it was referencing Down by
the
Law.
first movie you did.
The first movie.
Yeah.
The Down by Law video, the Punishment video, Shades of Grey, and then literally our Sydney Harbour Bridge was the Brooklyn Bridge. You know what I'm saying? We were just like, this is the shit we love. This is the kind of like the shit that looks fresh to us, but we're just gonna do it our way and be the people in that fucking scene, you know?
It's
in
fantastic.
the movie, so. Yeah.
Is that true, Dennis?
Yep.
Cool.
It's facts. He's speaking factually right now.
Who's physically designing? Because all your merch is cohesive, even when it's different. It's like it's very eye catching. It's very GQ.
It's Aaron.
Your brother.
Yeah, we were literally, the last thing we did last night was we were just in the room, just going through the designs and the last merch for this next tour that we're coming up, for example. And me and him were just like going through it each day. And Aaron is a beast, man.
He's the secret weapon.
Aaron grew up as a hip hop dancer. He was like on Karmaloop and like, you know, that kind of shit when he was like 11 or 12.
Okay.
Really?
He started his like clothing brand thingy out of his bedroom when he was like, I don't know,
18 or something.
yeah, like in high school. And he wasn't into hardcore until later. And I think he married like his approach to starting a small. I mean, when I say it's a streetwear like thing, it's just he just does it out of his bedroom. But like marrying that with the culture of like
bedroom is on a street.
Every band is a brand.
Yeah.
In some extent, you know what I mean. So it translates very well.
I think he found the story with Aaron finding hardcore though is the sickest thing for us because he found it because of the culture first and the music second.
Beautiful.
He was like, all of your friends, Jem, are like into this shit, and you guys all have these bonds, and you guys talk the same shit, the same values, blah blah blah. You do the same shit, and I identify with that. And then he found the music after, and so anyways, he comes at a lot of this from a different angle.
Yeah.
With that in his mind, and it's
Having-
he's a secret weapon.
Having a shirt wizard in the band, there are certain roles that if you have them in the band, it's invaluable.
It's the greatest hack known to man.
You've got several.
I got a couple.
Because you have
got Martine.
You got Martine, and you got your brother to record.
Taylor, yeah.
That's a huge role.
We gotta have these hacks. You got Dennis, OG, Mosher.
I mean, Dennis is like one of the biggest hacks.
Yeah.
Dennis is like you cannot like you cannot type in like okay, we're in the age of going to AI and fucking ChatGPT and all that kind of bullshit. You cannot type in nothing into that system to spit this kind out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this is pure a gift of the earth that's just come out of.
That is the most Australian thing I've ever heard in my life. Nothing you could type into Chat GPT to spit this
cunt out.
The facts.
What do we got here, Vic? Anything new for me? So many things? I see this right here.
There's this right there.
We were just talking about Sick of It All.
It's another one.
They tour Australia a lot?
They just came in the last year.
Recently, yeah.
How'd they do?
It was good.
They played the Marrickville Bowler, which is like literally a 200 cap pub.
A lawn
in Sydney.
bowls club.
A
You guys have
bowls
lawn
club.
bowls in the US?
Long balls?
Lawn bowls?
Lawn balls, sorry. I was thinking about something else.
I was gonna say, yeah, we do. Trust me.
Yeah, it's a
Croquet and
I think
bowling.
that's,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that's Modeleo era, right?
jam.
96,
Look at
that
this
would be Modeleo.
This
There you
is
go.
something that Speed references. The Spud Monsters. This is a Speed reference.
Oh wow.
Where did
You
they
get-
play?
Man,
I sold that to him.
You saw this?
No, they have on sure. Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's hilarious.
You guys are Spud Monsters heads? You're pulling Minus and Spud Monsters into Speed?
Bro, I love Biohazard. This was like
true.
the warm up Biohazard or the Biohazard.
The homie Spud Monster saying replace Evan, right?
Drummer
What did
for
what?
Spun Monsters, the drummer of Biohazard.
We post Danny?
Posted.
And then the homie Spud Monster sang for Evan in his place, right? Didn't he?
I don't look this
I
up
may
on
be
YouTube.
wrong, but
Look
I
this-
don't think I am.
Look this up on YouTube, and you will hear some things that you've heard on the Speed record.
Wow.
Yeah, hard as fuck.
What's the most out of the box thing you've ever ripped off?
Give him the example.
I took the God's Hate intro is started from a Barry White song. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's nuts.
There's definitely a couple things, but I
Can't disclose.
no. I can disclose anything. I can't think of it.
Okay.
My brain.
This is embroidered.
I have to keep thinking.
What about you guys?
I mean, none of them are crazy like niche stuff, right? Like it's generally just hardcore stuff. You know, we take something from
No,
Madball,
but
we take
there's
something from
definitely like
Biohazard or
like
Hatebreed
out of the box where you're
No,
taking
but
some
there's a
jazz riff and turning it into a breakdown.
There's a lot of things though that I'm like, a lot of the time.
Well, Jam's a pretty musical guy too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you have a background in music, yeah?
I will like, for example, like there's definitely a couple of songs where I've heard, like I'll have playlists where I'm like saving things I've heard to reference for speed.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just like it might just be like a jungle song that I heard like last month or something.
Well,
and
there's
it has
a
cool beat in it.
long silver cylindrical elephant in the room here. The flute. How? What happened there? I imagine you've been playing flute for a long time. From day one, were you like, you know, guys, this might be the part where we can put the flute in, and they're like, no, and you're like, all right.
Shut up, cunt.
Was it one day they were finally ready to?
I think
to
everybody else was like that to me my whole life, bro. Everyone was like, when you gonna put the flute in the hardcore stuff, bro? When you gonna do it? I'm like, why the fuck would I ever do that?
Okay.
Like, how would it ever possibly work?
You found a way, much like Jurassic Park.
The story from me playing the flute, bro, is that I'm just like most other Asian kids out there went to like a Western school where they have a band program, and I was given the flute, and I was like sick, and I did the lessons, and the difference though is that my parents being Asian aren't actually that culturally Asian in the sense that they never pushed me to do shit.
Really?
But I got to the age of like 17 or whatever, I was still playing it. Every time I wanted to quit the flute, I was like, but my parents have paid like this extra money. I can't just quit now.
Okay.
Anyways, I went to I did it in university, like
Flute?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
You're a fucking a learned flautist?
At the end of high school, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I just want to do music. And my music teacher was like, you should try it for the conservatorium. And I got in. So I just did it. Because I couldn't go and fucking play hardcore guitar school or whatever.
Sure.
So I did that. And then I became a flute teacher. And I did that for 14 years. Until last year.
14 years?
That was my job, like, until last year when Speed started touring.
They got any big venues or like opera houses in Sydney that you could play?
Yeah, have you done that?
The Opera House, yeah.
No fucking.
Have you really?
Yeah.
You rocked the flute at the opera house.
Yeah. What? It was like...
You know that?
In high school, I got like picked to do my high school performance at the Opera House or something.
Did you have a shirt on? I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't have. If I was you.
Bro, that was pre-gym. I hadn't been off tickets for like another 3-4 years before that.
Yeah, were you a skinny guy?
I was a fat guy growing up, and then I became like, I guess, like a skinny fat guy when I was, I don't know, bro. I would have been growing up there with like the alien from American Dad physique.
Oh, that's about mine.
I got that. I got that.
That's mine.
There's many of us.
Yeah.
We're out there.
We're so
The
out
alien
there,
from
dude.
American Dad.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Brian Griffin guy.
Yeah.
And, here physically, but
You guys are fucking
this is
killing it.
not about us, Jen.
You guys are
This
killing
is
it.
not about us.
It's about us. You guys are killing it.
Yeah, that's epic.
When you are, this is kind of an abstract question, but when you guys are trying to plan a shirt, when you have an idea that you want to give your brother, or you know you want something, do you pull from any particular band's catalog? Like is like a riff?
If you go to millsvintage.com and screenshot.
We definitely have, bro. Like,
I do it all the time.
You have to.
I would say
We've taken like flyers from AF and the Madball logo thing's a good example. Biohazard we borrowed from them before.
a lot of tour posters that we do, or tour shirts.
Yeah.
Like, I think those are there's definitely like a couple Madball Europe tees from Mills that we've screenshotted and been like, this kind of layout, fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just referencing the classics. Sick of It All is a big one. Like, bro, we're Asian and we like dragons and shit, but like, Sick of It All have the dragon.
They got the best
You
dragon.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Skinny.
and
The Mob Deep agreed. You know?
that's the other thing is that sometimes Aaron will pull out stuff too, and he'll be like, "Yo, this is fucking sick."
Where he's approaching it from a different perspective.
Yes,
That's
yes,
cool, yeah.
That is cool.
You got it all.
Yeah.
You got fucking Kardashians in your shit. What was your first impression of that? Because I mean, the first like hardcore mind, you look at that and you're like, come on. But then a guy from Sydney mind, you go, that's kind of crazy. Hectic ass.
Everything with Speed, bro, this whole experience is a piss take. It's just a fucking piss take. It's just like, what next? You know what I'm saying? Everything is just a laugh, and
I welcome it because it makes for a fucking incredible, varied life experience. You know what I'm saying? So
That was beautiful.
meeting the Kardashians, bro. We played the Shrine with Knock Loose last year, and Travis messaging Dennis's homie. He's messaging being like, "I'm gonna pull up with the wife.
Dennis's homie.
I'm gonna pull up with the wife."
The homie Travis.
So we were opening with Knock Loose, and we had fucking old mate from Sepultura, Toby Morse, XYZ, like the most LA shit ever. And then Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian on Speed's guest list.
Wow.
They came and watched us. And then I went and spoke to. Okay, at that show, I thought I'd blow my voice.
Oh no.
And we were 10 days in the Knock Loose tour, and I was freaking out. And I was like, holy fuck, I still have like 60 shows ahead of me. What am I going to do? And I was sitting trying to like gather my thoughts after we played. And then they were like, yo, Travis and Courtney's over there. So I was like, I'm going to go say what's up. I walked over. And then Courtney was there, and she's like telling me they just had a baby called Rocky. And she was like,
good movie.
when I see Rocky, I go up to him and I do this voice where I talk to him like this. And Travis was like, oh, you should try being like a hardcore vocalist. You sound like the guy from Speed. And and she told me that she was watching us play from side stage, and she was like, I reckon I could do this. And I was there being like, sick, nice. And in my head I was like, what? I want to tell Gemma, my girlfriend, about this when I get home. And this is a weird conversation to have with like someone who's meant to be quite famous.
Yeah.
But she was super down to earth, and bro, they literally got an Uber to see us and start their date night at the speed show on that.
It was Mother's Day. They're doing Mother's Day.
Really?
They went after
Good day. And she's a mother.
She's a mother.
Makes you think.
But they were down.
Wow. Beautiful.
And lest we forget, of course, Shaq.
Dude, Shaq loves speed. The homie Shaq is why I got a Twitter in 2009. I saw a picture of him eating an ice cream cone. And I was like, I gotta get on this.
Bro, meeting Shaq was...
I don't think I've ever met somebody who wanted to be in a place less than Shaq.
Oh, really?
Was the night that we met him. It was at the meet and greet. He did a tour of Australia where he just did like
DJs
speaking engagements and a few DJs. Some like promoter just brings out like Hezbollah and him and like a bunch of people and just
Shaq and Hezbollah tour?
Well, yeah, I think they linked up on that.
It's like,
that tour. Yeah.
I gotta get on that.
But he did like this big spoken word performance, I guess, at the casino. And they did a big meet and greet after, and we were in the room, and it was probably like 500 people had meet and greet tickets, and they would have spent like $1,000 or something to do this. And I reckon maybe a third of them actually got to meet and greet Jack, and the rest all got sent home. But they ushered us like to the front of the thing right before, and we were like, we'll just go, like we don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Anyway, push us onto this stage, and we walk up, and he's standing there in front of like a photo wall, and we're like, Shaq, what's up? And he was like, hey. Take the photo, and then he was fucking out of there.
Really?
Yeah, he was done.
He was sleepy.
Charles Barkley wasn't there?
No Charles Barkley. I mean, that would have been electric
Chuck.
to have them both.
Chuck. I love Chuck.
The thing that made Shaq seem so huge was the fact that
The height.
Dennis, him standing next, bro. The photo. You look at the photo and look at Shaq and then look at Dennis. Dennis literally looks like a small child.
Yeah.
And you're a big guy.
He's a big guy.
Big
He's a big,
ass
Dennis is mad,
Yeah.
Especially when it's just the five of us rolling all the time. And like Dennis is like our beast.
Dennis is dad.
And then next to Shaq, it was like,
Dennis is a little guy.
you're his little baby.
Make me small.
Do you guys have a favorite hardcore t-shirt of all time? It's a big question.
Honestly, I'm holding a book of hardcore shirts at the moment, and there was one at the top, which I think might be the one.
Ryan from Desperate Measures. Big shout out. This incredible book.
There's an Iceman tee in here somewhere.
Probably
That
mine.
right there.
Oh yeah.
That's classic.
That design tells you what the band sounds like. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh, interesting.
I can see.
Dig it.
That song is 5 minutes long. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
What was your favorite, Joe?
I can't find that.
Which one?
What is it?
Carpathian Krispy Kreme.
Oh, dude.
Old Australian hardcore band called Carpathian. They put a record out on Death Wish, but before that, they sounded like On Broken Wings. And they were the band of the mid-2000s in Australia around the time where, like, just taking the logo and ripping off anything in the world could be a design.
Sure.
And they had one that was just a white t-shirt, Krispy Kreme logo, but it said Carpathian instead.
Wow.
And
Genius.
any show that you went to in Australia in 2006, 2007, you would see at least 30 of those shirts.
So that was your Kids Like Us Coke shirt.
100%. Yes, exactly.
Or the Fruit Loops, the First Blood.
Fruit Loops First Blood was fucking hard as shit. You got any of those coming in here? You could probably get that one on Matt Vintage.
Turmoil, Philly cream cheese.
That one's good.
Oh wow, you're right.
Didn't First Blood make a Frosted Flakes one after
Yeah.
the wild success
Yeah, with
of the Fruit
Tony,
Loops?
Tony on it. Yeah, but
Anything is possible.
The Fruit Loops one might have stopped a bullet.
Oh, so thick.
It was so thick.
It was printed with milk, actual milk. First time ever. Vic, what's your favorite hardcore shirt of all time?
Nice.
I mean, how many of those are there, do you think?
I have one.
You do?
Do you? Wow.
James Vitale's got one.
So there's
Ronnie
two.
Singh's got one.
That's three.
Ryan, this person.
Ryan's got one.
Okay, so we know
Hoya's got one.
we know 5.
Hoya wore his all the time, which was awesome. When he was in the band. They reprinted them. Isn't that crazy? That the fact that you could just go buy the Demise shirt at a merch table at a show. They don't know how lucky you are. That's a good pick. I love that it's printed inverted. Because they were probably like, I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck is inversion? Yeah.
This, I don't know what the equivalent is in America, but
Oh, yeah,
this
that one's
was
special.
this is the most popular hardcore tee, at least in my memory, when we were in the mid 2000s in Australia. No apologies.
Is it the TUI Reaper long sleeve? Oh, that one's good.
This?
I would say it would be the TUI Reaper shirt, the Outburst. Or I'm sorry, the Outbreak.
Outbreak yours come.
Your Scum shirt.
That's what that is
that
the
is.
Your
Okay.
Scum t-shirt of Australia.
That's-
That's the one where you go to the shopping centre on the weekend and there's a dude sitting out the front of the KFC and he looks at you and he's got no apologies. And he just looks at you and he goes, and you go,
The KFC.
yeah.
Tell me about KFC in Australia. Lit?
I mean, it's probably one of the best ones.
dope.
I think it's.
We don't have as much fast food as
You guys
so-
have Oporto. And
Oh, you fuck with it?
Oh my god. I
really
love
funny.
that shit. The fucking Prego sauce.
That's delicious.
Yeah, Bondi.
That's delicious.
Bondi Beach.
Yeah.
That's the
It is
experience.
so good.
The thing about Australia is that we don't have as much fast food. It's a different culture. And we don't have that much food identity, but what we do have is really high quality agriculture and high quality food products. So like KFC in Australia and McDonald's, for example, is different because just the quality of the beef and the quality of the chicken and whatever is just fresh. And I mean
good
that
shit.
in all terms of the words.
With that said, if you eat KFC, there's a pretty strong chance you're going to need the toilet. Like,
Oh, really?
Immediately
even
after.
yours.
It,
Okay.
Yeah.
it crosses all cultural bounds.
yeah.
No problem.
But that's part of the experience. If you want to flush yourself out, you go to KFC.
You see that Poison Idea shirt?
Yeah, it's cropped. I tried it on.
Is it? How cropped?
It's very cropped. I still almost got it.
How many like $700 shirts have you destroyed by chopping the?
Of many, to his chagrin, but I got most of them before they were $700.
Yeah,
Very
You know?
true.
That's
How
sick.
many typo shirts you got?
12?
I counted. I have 18,
Wow.
and
I gave you a couple.
you gave me one.
Yeah.
15 were before they
Yeah.
took off. So it's kind of just you hang on to them. But we were just talking about this. Is like when you crop a shirt, when you alter it in any way, that's you saying I'm
That's
keeping
my
this.
declaration of this will never leave me.
Yeah.
So, Vic, I'm sorry to destroy all those shirts, but then they're mine forever. You
Yeah.
can't have them anyway.
You have an opinion on that?
Huh?
Do you have an opinion on cropping shirts?
He hates it.
Don't do it.
You hate it.
Don't fucking do it. Leave them alone, man.
No, they're mine.
That's how they're meant to be.
They're all mine.
And let me ask you, Vic, is there any Grail shirt that you've not found that you've wanted to find, whether for the store or for yourself or anything?
That's dope.
Taken by force Marauder.
I got one.
Sure. A t-shirt.
I got one. Let's talk. It's the first Marauder shirt.
It is.
I got one.
Yep.
Those bootlegs make me sick, I'll be honest with you.
And you have the Iceland shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I figure I'll try on that Sigurdal shirt, and then maybe it's lunchtime.
Let's do it.
That sounds great.
Let's eat.
Sounds good.
Where are we at, Colin?
We're at Little Fish in Echo Park. Beautiful establishment owned by Nicky, the drummer of Cosmic Joke. He's been gracious enough to let us into their kitchen today to try their iconic fried fish sandwich and a couple other extra things.
I can't wait. I'm starving.
Let's eat. Okay, we're inside Little Fish now. Nicky is going to show us how good he is at his thing. Now, what are you doing for us, Nikki?
We're making fried fish sandwiches, which is like by far the thing we make the most of here.
How do you feel about that? Because I know that at first that your goal wasn't to be the fried fish sandwich restaurant.
No, we didn't even, for the first like 6 months we were doing Little Fish out of the house, we didn't even make sandwiches. We just were making like fried fish and like spending so much time like making like nice salads and stuff to go with it. Sort of like a fish and chips kind of thing, but
Sure.
like we weren't gonna make fries. So
You love those?
and
chips.
and then we just had a friend who was like, yo, you guys should make a sandwich, and we threw it together, and then like we were like, oh, we'll do it one day. Like we'll run sandwiches and see what happens, and it was like by far the busiest day we ever had.
Wow.
And so
Just right away. Just
yeah,
like that.
yeah, like
Wow.
immediately. And
Such
so
is your
we've been
penance.
sort of married to the sandwich ever since, but we're stoked on it. I think we've only made them better.
I agree.
I'm excited. I haven't had it in a while.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What percentage of your demographic is from China? What percentage of your demographic is Asian?
Significant.
I believe that. I believe
yeah.
that. I believe that. I didn't know you were going to take us to a fish sandwich restaurant.
Yeah.
Or at home we would call it a fish burger restaurant.
Sure.
But I didn't know this, and I feel like this has been set up perfectly for us, or at least me and Dennis.
I didn't think about this. I do know for a fact that Dennis was once a fishmonger. Tell me about your experience mongering fish.
I wasn't I wasn't actually a fishmonger. No,
Oh,
a
really?
real one.
A fake one?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It was TV commercial.
Oh!
You were in a TV commercial.
Yeah.
What brand? What product was it for?
There it is.
Wow.
But he did it for aspirin, like an aspirin ad.
Oh.
They got Panadol.
We got Panadol here.
No.
No.
Do it?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's like aspirin,
Yeah.
like aspirin.
Paracetamol.
Paracetamol.
sure.
Yeah.
The biggest brand.
Active
is-
ingredient. is
Exactly. It's
So I played
yeah,
a
that's
fishmonger in there. Sure.
There's a
So
scene when he's.
what did you do to get into character?
Sorry?
What did you do to get into character?
Yeah, what was your motivation?
He was method for like a month.
Yeah.
You
Mongering?
couldn't talk to him.
Fishing all day.
I was myself. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
This
dope.
fucking barramundi.
You were stressed in the scene as well. Like
Yeah, I was stressed.
it was a busy day at the.
Look, he's like at the shop
Just
with,
like,
with a fish.
And the real fish was over.
apron on.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So animal cruelty regulations.
Yeah.
We'll send you the scene. We'll send you the scene.
So it was a real fish market.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo is an
we can-
actual fishmonger, so if you have any questions for the
Okay.
Yeah, if
next
you need to know
commercial.
anything about fish, I know about 12 months worth.
Okay.
Nikki, any questions about fish? What are we using, by the way? What's the cut?
This is striped bass from Baja.
Oh.
That's fish.
What are you slinging?
Man, you know, Icelandic salmon. You got your coho, your copperhead salmon. We had halibut, cod, tilapia.
Did you have a
Name.
preference for which one was the best to have sex with?
No.
There's a long-standing rumor.
Started by whom?
I don't know. But it's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not true, by the way.
Striped bass.
Nikki, did you test different kinds of fish, or did you land on this right away?
Yeah, so we actually, that's another thing for the first, few months we were using local rockfish, which is like a wild fish that's really plentiful locally. We're in an interesting spot with that because it's not it's really plentiful, but it's not available 100% of the time because it's a little weather dependent. And so this striped bass comes from a farm in Baja, but that we visited. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But this farm is actually going out of business, so we're
Perfect.
probably switching back to local rockfish.
The rockfish.
But
Do you have a preference between the two, or are they comparable?
they're pretty comparable. They're different, but
I'll let you know if I notice today. Because
Yeah,
I've
sure.
had this thing a lot.
And is that was it? You just the two?
Yeah, we've tried with halibut and stuff.
Yeah,
but
that's
as far as
expensive.
yeah, exactly. As far as the price point, that makes sense. That's where we're at. Which also, to be clear, there's so many people that think that we're using frozen tilapia and stuff. We get these reviews all the time, and it's the fish we use is so expensive. It cost me so much money. I wish I was using frozen tilapia.
Do you want to address?
I want it to be good.
You want to address whatever your worst Yelp or Google review is right now?
Is it the British guy saying that you should use maybe a nice piece of European cheese?
That's our favorite review for sure. There was a guy who was like, no joke, it tastes like you're using Kraft American cheese. We were like, yeah, no, like, honestly, it reminds me of fast food.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. We're trying to make you think of that and like have that experience, but just like
Better.
To elevated filet of fish.
Yeah, exactly. So like, he's so almost had it.
Yeah.
Which is just incredible. Legend. Also, his bio was lift, laugh, love.
Perfect.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
He's a legend.
Speaking of which, you guys touring in America. You talked about earlier, you got to keep the physical regimen up. Our food, not the best for you historically.
It's high in calories.
Oh yeah, we love a calorie.
I just ate like an animal for over 2 weeks in Australia, over 2 weeks in Europe. I weighed less coming home. I ate
Europe
everything.
takes fat off somehow.
It's
You
insane.
eat fucking bread 10 times a day and you come home
You're
skinny.
also going over there with so much more mass than you did like the last time you were in Australia. So your machine is fucking
No.
burning.
Last time I was in Australia, I was big.
Fine.
Yeah,
Well,
I was overweight.
But you weren't as
Different.
muscular.
I was-
you got
I
a
was-
different kind of engine going.
I
Yeah, you're
needed
burning
different
that shit off.
calories for sure. But are you finding like when you did that long knock loose tour, for example, was it difficult?
Going
Bro.
home heavy.
Bro, I literally did a health check, a blood test just before I came here, because it was like 1 year since Speed's been touring full time, and we spent 3 months in America last year, and my health was great.
Okay,
I think that everything was fine, and the difference I think was,
There you go. We're good.
well, bro, I thought that going and spending this much time in America was gonna like fuck up our routine, our physical routine, our mental routine, all that shit, but the easiest thing about touring in America is that every calorie is fucking listed out on the menu already.
That is true.
Yeah, very true.
Track your calories, hit your protein, and stay active each day. It's easy. It's so easy to stay in shape in America. Like you have access to like a lot of calories, but you also have your limitations and you
information.
stay with that. Yeah, you have the information.
There's also shit pretty much always open.
Yeah.
And there's gyms everywhere. They have Anytime Fitness over in Australia. Mm-hmm. We were there
Did you have access
4 times a week.
Yeah, the Japan one didn't let me in.
Oh.
Tattoos.
Tatted up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He was
Sad.
Wakuza.
Yeah, me too.
We got a Planet Fitness membership in America.
Oh, it's good to go, right?
Literally, bro. It's
Wait.
too easy.
Is it true? You've had the Lunk Alarm go off at Planet Fitness?
No.
Okay. Okay. We went to a Planet Fitness in
Cleveland.
Cleveland, Ohio, and the bloke there was like, "Where you from?" And we were like, "Australia." He was like, "No way. Are you in a hardcore band?" He was like,
Wait for
no,
it.
sorry. We came out there. We were in a hardcore band. He was like, "Bro, I love God's Hate. I
What?
fucking love God's
Yeah.
Hate." And he got so psyched that he realized that we were in
You
Speed.
didn't know who we were at the start.
Why did he go straight to there?
Bro, the only hardcore band that he knew was God's Hate.
What?
I don't know.
Wrestling.
And I'm not
Yeah,
saying this because you're here.
I'm a Planet Fitness member. If you're watching, the judgment-free zone is where I am at. I don't judge. That's crazy. What are the odds of that?
So then he got so psyched that we were in a band. He came back.
So he turned the Lunk Alarm on.
he checked it out.
He started following us on Instagram, and he saw that I posted a story that $100 and I will make the Lunk Alarm go off. And he's like, he saw that story and he comes up to us, he's like, "Hey, is this you guys?" And then he's like, "You want me to
You want me to set this off?
I want to
right
set it
now?"
off for you guys?" Because like he
And we were like, well, that would probably be the most antisocial thing you could do in this
It
fucking
sounds
gym
so
full of people.
awesome.
So maybe
it's
we
my
won't do
dream
that.
to set
You
it
never
up.
had it?
I'm convinced it's not plugged in.
no, it's not.
They do.
I think they have to do
They
it.
have to do it.
Yeah.
It's not automatic.
No, I know that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not going to like detect screams.
Dude, my grade school growing up had a traffic light in the cafeteria. And when we were too loud, they would turn it on. And if it was green, everything was fine. Yellow was like, "Hey, you're being too loud." And at red, it would go, "Bah." We had a Lunk
You had a
Alarm
Lunk Alarm?
Wow.
in my grade school. So the technology existed in the 90s.
Oh wow.
like a decibel meter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in there.
You're
Sometimes I'm there.
giving me a video idea.
set up. HardLore sets off the Lunk Alarm. What are you guys busy?
I'm down to try. I think between the five of us, we could get some alarms going.
We just can't go to my hometown one because I go there all the time.
Oh, really?
So, and I've never seen it plugged in. So,
What is when you're here, and let's say there's not catering. You know, like you got to eat out.
There's no catering.
But I'm saying like on the Knock Loose tour or something like. Where are you enjoying?
what are your spots? What are your American?
What are the
spots?
American spots?
Dude, this is one that I don't hear people talk about enough. But
Beautiful.
the one style of fast food that is unanimously approved by our band is Hawaiian barbecue.
Oh yeah.
We don't have that at
no?
home.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we had that the other
that's
day.
good.
Any of them, like they're regional. But if we see Hawaiian barbecue like on a app or something,
Hawaiian Bros.
we're always getting.
I've
that.
had Hawaiian Bros. That is
not,
good.
Not a popular
No.
answer because it's like there's no drive-through.
No,
Yeah. Well, the
Mine
thing
doesn't
is,
go.
like, drive-through on tour is hard anyway when you're in a van. Like,
Yeah.
so many places you
I
can't.
think another one is Panda Express for us.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
We big Panda.
you know what I had yesterday before I got on the plane?
Yeah.
Panda Express.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange chicken? Come on.
One
Beijing beef, brother?
Easy
Oh,
calls.
2 orange, 1 teriyaki chicken.
I'll go triple orange sometimes.
Triple?
If I've earned it, you know.
You get the super greens.
I love
I know you like
I love
the super
super greens.
Do you order it in the way where you get orange chicken, scoop it on? I'll get another orange
Yeah,
chicken.
no, well,
Did they give you more that way?
That, or I'll go, come on.
Little more.
That's the Chipotle method too.
Yeah,
I'll have
yeah,
steak.
yeah.
Oh, can you make it a double?
Because if you go into it double, fuck you in the ass.
Fuck you, man.
What I ate the most on that Knock Loose tour was Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich.
Really?
Because it was buy one get one free, 2 for $1, $7.
That's a
$3.50
Yeah.
for a fucking chicken sandwich, bro. And you get 2.
Chicken burger, right?
Chicken burger.
Chicken
Sorry.
burger.
It's not a burger.
Chicken
It's
burger.
not ground.
It's not a burger.
A burger is ground. That's what makes it a
I
burger.
agree.
Do you guys remember that hack that used to the Chipotle one? Where you turn band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you free
Tell you
food.
who ruined that.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, you.
She's cut that. That will not.
Before we eat this bountiful meal, could you guys tell me, collectively or separately, because, I haven't been to Australia in a long time. Things may have changed.
Okay.
What are the top 5 Australian snacks of all time? You're going to the store, what are you grabbing? Snacks.
Tim Tams?
Golden Gate time.
Yeah.
Golden
Golden
Gate
Gate
time.
time.
This collectively, I'm gonna agree with you with
Take one.
all of this. What are you gonna say?
Throw one out.
No. This is it. I'm
know it.
agreeing right now.
What is it, Tim Tim?
It's
Yeah.
Tim Tam. I never had one.
No.
Really?
Oh, what?
It's a rectangular chocolate biscuit covered with chocolate cream in the middle of it.
It's a wafer.
And
You
wafer,
guys
yeah.
have them here.
And
Yeah,
chocolate.
yeah. You can get them at World Market or something.
Yeah.
Like
They
the little
are.
sugar wafers?
So it's like a chocolate wafer covered in chocolate, but there's all different kinds. I like
I've
the
never
mint
had
one.
Yeah.
They are.
Caramel ones.
Aaron Osborne's favorite is the double one, just the bigger one.
Greedy bastard.
They are.
Extra
You will
stuff.
love them
Double
because they
coated-
have
Double
kind of
chocolate, the double coated
almost
one's
a,
crazy.
they have almost a coffee kind
yeah.
of
Like a
notes.
tiramisu vibe?
Kind of, yes. Look at this.
There's
I'm
no way
that
you'll-
shot.
Ooh, he's torching it.
Look at
Throw up, give him some
Have a
horns,
look.
Colin.
Just a half mil. Wow, so sick.
Buddy. All right, let me hit you with this because I had this
So
written
Tim
down.
Tam Golden Gate time.
I was going to ask, while you're thinking of the others, between the 3, Maxi Bon, Golden Gate Time, or a Magnum, what's your ice cream?
I'm going Maxi Bon.
Maxi Bon is unbelievable.
That one's gone.
I think it's gay time for me.
Gay time.
Gay time.
I've had a gate time. I'm all about it.
Gay time's fucking.
Have you had a
I
Maxi
love Gay
Bon?
time as well.
It's like half the like crunchy chocolate kind of guy, and then half a waffle soft
cream
waffle.
sandwich,
Oh.
yeah.
Ice cream sandwich.
Yeah. And they've got different flavors of all these as well. And a gay time for those at home is like a honeycomb kind of ice cream covered in chocolate and little like biscuit pieces. It's fucking insane.
yeah.
It's so good.
So good.
What's your answer?
Everything that's been said so far, I agree with.
out of those
sorry,
three
out
ice
of the
creams,
three,
though.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna say gay time, and it's just purely because it's a little bit less in the calorie than Maximum. I'm not always going to Maximum. Oh, Maximum is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Magnum, I'm a Magnum guy too.
Magnums are awesome.
You have
Magnums
another
are
brand
awesome.
at home that's called Connoisseur. Connoisseur ice cream is better than the Magnum, bro.
Love
Wow.
this.
It's like a gourmet.
See?
Two different.
It's a gourmet ice
All right.
cream.
So we got Tim Tams, Gay Time.
Gay times.
Solo Zero.
Yeah, solo.
Dude,
Zero.
Solo Zero.
Yeah, about
It's
apple
it's
zero.
like a bitter lemon drink, 0 calories.
Lemon soda. Yeah.
Hopsquash.
Yeah, yeah and the zero sugar one is as good as, if not better than, the full sugar one. So that's
Don't
nice.
you love that when that happens?
Yep.
Are you guys soda guys?
Yeah.
So I am, yeah.
You diet soda guy?
Yeah.
Some.
No.
I'm a water guy, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get into soda.
I'm a white monster guy, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
So-
Dude, the fucking
so
Arnold
are we.
Palmer one?
Sorry?
The Arnold Palmer one, the lemonade one?
What color is it? I got that color.
I haven't had it yet.
Yeah. On the puzzle?
I don't think they got that in Australia.
Damn, we need this.
It's like an energy lemonade thing.
I haven't had it.
It's fucked.
I need this.
I would love to try some real soon.
Sugar free?
Yeah.
Oh, I need this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for back to the top 5,
Yeah.
barbecue shapes.
Yeah.
Or any shape.
Barbecue
Oh,
shapes?
Shapes.
Yellow
Yeah, they're
shapes
Shapes are like,
Chicken crimpy.
I guess
Yeah.
you'd say they're like combos. Kind of like our version of combos. They're really good.
Lunch is up, boys.
This is our special.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah,
much,
of
sir.
course.
Look at that.
Nikki, what is
I'm
this?
gonna need a packet of Crystal.
Just have fried potatoes with like a seaweed salt, cabbage salad, homemade dressing, and I'm gonna make a couple of our other sandwiches for you guys to try.
Oh man,
This
you are
looks-
a legend.
Bro, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you
of
so
course.
much. I
Yeah,
asked a
okay.
question about. I asked what about the Asian demographic because growing up, bro, going to McDonald's,
Yeah.
like the only people ordering fillet of fish are Asian people. Is the kind of menu item that I'll go in there with my grandma and she like. Eat the fillet of fish. It's brain food. It's good for your eyesight. It's got fish in it. You know,
Yeah.
that's like an Asian mentality kind of thing. So
So your eyesight is gonna be. You're not gonna need those contacts.
I'm
after
taking
this.
the contacts out of this. Thank you.
Are we eating in here?
You want to see it in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. No
Dig
problem.
in, dude.
Yeah, let's try. It's amazing.
Joshy.
Thank you, brother.
I think there's forks right in front of you.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
For the potato, cabbage. There should be a bunch of napkins right under here.
You got them Crystal packets for a brother?
Steven, take the first bite.
Oh.
Got it?
What? I want to see Jem's reaction. Oh, that's a bite.
That's fucking awesome.
Jamie happy?
Is that approved?
Is it hectic?
Jamie like you? Who are the other kind of contemporary Australian bands that are touring internationally right now that you're psyched about?
Secret World. Dennis plays in another band called Secret World. Kind of part time because he's always with us. But they're about to play Furnace Fest.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw
that's a
that
big
announcement
thing.
where he was like, Speed, aka Secret World, is playing.
Secret World is like mostly their other band. Dennis is an amazing guitarist, is part of it. But his face is right in the front of it, so it looks like it's his band.
Yeah.
And he's also got a big personality, but it's
The brains behind it are Josh, who plays in a band called Trophy Eyes. Pondy, who plays in a band called Downside. Matto, who runs Last Ride Records. They all play in a bunch of other bands as well. Yeah, they're coming over here for the first time, which we're all very personally stoked about because, like, we want to see them do well as well. You know
Are
what I
you
mean?
playing with it, Dennis?
I'm gonna.
Sick. Yeah. What day of Furnace Fest do you play? What?
Friday, I think
Friday,
day
I
one.
Yeah.
I'll be there Sunday.
Perfect.
Primitive Blast is the other big one.
Oh, yeah.
Our brothers from Sydney.
Yeah,
They've come over here a handful of
I'm
times.
about to record a new album.
Yep.
Blind Girls.
Blind Girl?
Yep.
Blind Girls have toured America a whole bunch.
Some other Terminal Sleep, who did that tour with us.
Yep.
Yep.
The homies. Time Ends, we played with in Adelaide.
Oh, yeah.
Very heavy.
Yeah,
very
that's
sick.
Take one of these?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
He's,
sorry.
he's just shouting on Australia.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The
They're
Chain. The Chain have an album that just got announced last week that's coming out on Triple D.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. And Last Ride.
Iron Mind, who've done stuff before with Flatspot. About to put their next record out with Flatspot as well. They've been here before, like you guys said.
Aglo just put out a new song.
Yes, he did. Who? So,
Dude, Colin,
I only played on the LP, the first LP.
do you know, I'm sure you do, where Aglo comes from? What the name is? Mm-hmm. You guys all know this?
His initials.
It's just
I
his
didn't know
initials. Aaron Gordon
Levitt.
Lewis Osborne. Whatever it is. I'm sorry, Aaron. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's genius.
It's genius.
What's crazy is that the full potato is better than the fry.
100%.
Yeah.
This is fucking.
We've been wasting our time
Mickey.
for years.
This is delicious.
Thank you so much.
These are
Yeah,
really
whatever
good.
you've done here seasoning wise is working.
So we put citric acid on them because it's like when you eat tortilla chips, that kind of tastes like lime, and that's that like thing that keeps you like keep going back for it.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing you get on sour candy. But I was eating a bag of tortilla chips one day and was like, I can't believe how good these are. And saw citric
You're a
acid.
fucking you're a drug chemist.
Like, let's go.
He's a scientist.
It's genius. You're a chemist.
Too good.
Here's how to
That's
get
fucking
food.
awesome.
There's a wizard. And he's taking advantage of my senses. And we keep eating him.
What was the first speed tour?
Tour?
Yeah. Tour.
Tour.
Was in 2022, just after the Sound and Fury, we toured Australia for the first time.
How did that go?
Amazing.
So that first tour was already amazing.
It was Speed and AWOL.
Ah.
Because Speed played 6 shows before COVID, and they were just like cool small shows. And then after COVID,
It was immediately different.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was already amazing going into COVID. Like, I'm talking like the first show we played was 180 people sold out in this venue, and that was like holy fuck.
And that
sold out.
is already insane.
Seeing a first
Amazing.
show.
It was amazing.
Second show was with fucking Terror.
The
So
opening
that was
Terror
obviously awesome.
Perfect.
was Terror, Primitive Blast. It was Speed, Primitive Blast, Relentless, Malevolence, Terror. It was amazing. But yeah, that was the first thing we did. The other reason why is because as I said, the scene was kind of really hit and miss in a lot of pockets. Like a hardcore tour wasn't super fully viable in Australia.
Interesting.
But yeah, the first one we did was with AWOL for our EP, the Gang Called Speed EP tour.
So that, you guys kind of like, the modern way of introducing and releasing a discography of like demo, single, EP, single, make them beg for the LP, you really nailed it. I think you timed the way that you put your music out perfectly. Was that intentionally? And can you tell me about just like spacing those things out?
We honestly never knew if we would make it to do an LP. Like, we didn't know what the band was going to be. Like, we didn't know if we had an LP in us. Like, we honestly didn't really know anything. And so we said really early on that everything that we ever put out, we were going to treat like it would be like the big piece of work that our band would be known by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we did the EP, which was 6 tracks in 2022, we were like, all right, let's just throw everything at this, and it may be the only thing we ever do. Like, this might be the last record. And then once we did that, that kind of coincided with when we did that first tour, and when we did Sound and Fury the first time, and that obviously just opened up another chapter for the band.
Totally.
So I'm like, fuck, all right, well, we've got to do an LP now, because that will just continue to give us more experience. Then we can go to Europe, we can go to Asia, we can do these things, and we've just kind of tried to use the music as a vehicle to be able to go around and experience different pockets of hardcore. It took a while to do that.
It's kind of the key.
Yeah, it is the key.
You use the momentum and the vehicle of the band to go places. For sure.
Of course.
And meet people. That's the main thing.
That's
It's
the
connecting
biggest
with
thing.
people.
Yeah.
But throughout your connections, you started with Last Ride Records. Flatspot quickly came after. After that Sound and Fury, you're getting label offer after label offer. You stick with Last Ride and Flatspot. How has those two relationships grown since 2019?
Just like our relationship with Elliot, who does sound for us, or Candace, who TMs us in Australia,
Or
and
Rudsy.
books us back at home, and Rudsy, who films us, and all our friends that come with us for this journey. It's the best thing ever. You have the best moments, the worst moments, and everything in between in your life with these friends that you already known for 15, 20 years. And now, we never expected to do this. We never expected to be in America having these experiences together. But we're here doing it. We never needed it to validate our relationships or our experiences, but we're doing it together now, and it's just such a fucking bonus. It's just literally, Elliot, my first friend in high school, he owns the Chameleon Studios. He's recorded every single thing that Speed's ever done, recorded everything that most of our projects have always ever done since we first picked up a guitar in our lives. And he stepped foot in LA for the first time 4 days ago, whenever it was, and I'm like, he's finally here and he's gonna mix us at Coachella. That's just...
That's his first.
We went through
American
puberty
front of house
together, bro.
gig
We were
was,
figuring
yeah.
shit out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the best. It's just that is worth more than any other thing. It's just for us, selfishly, it's we know in our lifetimes that we've always known that our friend was so fucking talented and so capable at the level that we see people that we look up to. It's just that Australia's just far away and just hand out a spotlight. And I always believe this. It's they have it too, but who cares if it never happens? And it's fucking happening.
Yeah. So in your mind, the Gang Called Speed exceeds the 5 people on stage.
Oh, 100%. That's why our movies are just all our friends in that. It's just...
Love that.
100%. It's just and that's the other thing, is that it's not that special who we are. Our friends at home are a product of, it's just this whole thing,
Each other. Products of each other.
Yeah.
And on the label side as well, like you were saying, we had this crossroads where like, you know, there was other people that wanted to get involved and like, you know, more resources and X, Y, and Z. And we had a conversation between us all and we were like, yeah, but if we stay doing this shit with Matto, with Last Ride, we stay doing it with Ricky at Flatspot, like, all that's going to do is just bring more attention to those labels. All of our friends are on those labels as well. Like, there's so much stuff going on that we think people don't know about. And by us, like, being able to stay part of that and help that kind of bring more attention to it, then all that does is help everybody else. And so now, like, our Last Ride at the moment in Australia is similar to, like, a Resist Records, like, for us growing up, which, you know, had Parkway Drive and like, the Problem Queen and Cuphead and all these bands that, like, for us growing up, were the bands that we looked up to. And
that's
the
our
ones that got
Madball
us
and
into
Terror
this.
and everything.
Yeah.
So us trying to use whatever kind of attention or like leverage that we have as a band to be able to empower those people, like that's the name of the game for us at this point.
I'll say it this way, like, at least in our perspective and the way we feel about it, like, being able to take a win and be on a journey with your fucking friends and have accomplishments that you share together is worth more than any kind of fucking big ass paycheck or nod, like clout nod from some label or being on a certain roster or anything else. Like, being, even if it means that we don't get to like be on Nightliners for the rest of our life and be this crazy big sensation, like it's never even been the goal. But if we even got like 2 steps that way, but it was all without compromising any of our values and bringing our friends with us and being able to share it together, like, that is the most fulfilling experience.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, being able to share it with your fucking family that you've known. So that's why we've made all these decisions the way we have. And I see some like bands who like go through shit with their careers and they end and they're not homies anymore. We see like bands and labels who fall out or people who work together at this level and they're not even friends. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point?
What is the point?
What the fuck is the point? Like, you guys know this. Like, you guys are doing this together as homies. Like, you weren't these podcasters who got put together and made this super group. Like, you guys have the reason why HardLore works is because you guys have the chemistry. You're fucking awesome. You know each other so well, and it's real. You know, it's the same thing, and that's what's so special about it. Like, also in hardcore, you can't fucking fake it.
Can't fake it.
That's not like the only people that can do this are the people that've been fucking living in it for like this long.
And that's why, like, the criticism to like you guys playing Coachella of people being like, "Is this what we want hardcore to be?" It's not what hardcore will be.
Exactly, dude.
There's people in the moment experiencing this, and if they're worthy, they will stick around. You know, if they're ready to live it, they'll stick around. But if it's not them,
Yeah.
they'll get beat up at some show and they'll never come back.
The vetting process will take care of
The
itself.
vetting process,
We're
exactly.
in this like weird time now where everything is sensationalized and
Yeah,
you know,
of
like hardcore's having this moment and whatever, it's fine. For us at least, it's like we
It's
never
a life. It's not a moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we never asked to try to do these things, but we have the opportunity to. So we're just gonna try and. I'm not gonna fucking turn it down. I'm not gonna say no to play Coachella. Fuck, what's wrong with you? As if you wouldn't say no. Why? Because you're too proud? Like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
And we don't
it's dope.
take those decisions on like thinking about how it's going to be like adjudicated by a bunch of people.
Nor
that,
should
like,
you.
have a different relationship with this music with us. You know, like, yes, I'll play Coachella, but I'm still going to be fucking driving around listening to Death Threat, like tearing up at how much I like it. You know,
That's the
like,
sickest thing
you know what
about
I
it.
mean? Like, you can't tell me that I'm not hardcore because I fucking care about it. Like,
But even if you do,
Well, and you're playing the Vegas fucking VFW the next day.
Exactly, bro.
That's. I was just gonna say you guys would play a basement show tonight if that's what was going on.
Dude, I
You're
mean,
playing a VFW. You're playing
when-
the most DIY thing possible.
we're still in our fucking band group chat messaging each other about new bands and new demos that drop, and like,
Beautiful.
we are
Wanna
so
split
tapped
this?
into this shit because we love it
It's a
so
steak
much. You know what I
sandwich.
mean?
Steak sandwich?
What do we got here, Nikki?
Steak sandwich. It's got a bunch of cream on it that Bo's not gonna like.
I'm good on it.
Please.
I
I'll
was
have a bite
wondering
of
if
that
sour
steak,
cream
yeah.
means the same,
Oh.
the same fate.
Sour cream means more.
And this
Yes.
That's tuna.
You like that?
tuna?
Yeah.
No, this is steak. That's tuna.
That's yeah.
Oh, okay.
That one's steak.
Here, I'll take one bite.
I'll have a bite
tuna
of that
have
steak
mayo
for
in it?
sure.
It does.
Do you want to go to tuna or you want to go to steak? Go.
Describe the taste.
Thanks,
We're a
brother.
mayo restaurant. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a look.
The world is. I
We're
understand.
making sandwiches.
I get it.
This is tuna.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fired up.
When have you ever seen a tuna sandwich that look like this?
That
Look
looks-
at that flesh. Look at that tuna flesh.
That looks great.
He
Now,
knows what
Dennis,
he's
from
talking
your fish mongering experience, that looks like pretty good tuna fish, I would say.
Yeah.
Albacore?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's out before. Sure. I was gonna say.
Never, hits a
Look at
can.
those
It's
eyes.
like we cook it ourselves. We're getting in like beautiful when we can. We'll get like San Francisco, Oregon, like whole fresh albacore out of season. We'll get it from elsewhere in the world, usually like Fiji. But yeah, it's beautiful fish.
Let me try this
Treat it
steak.
nice.
Yeah, you got to get into that.
You look
steak.
emotional eating it.
It's delicious.
The fish is one thing, but the bread, the way that you treated the bun,
Not this.
the crisp.
Pardon this interruption. It's so important. You've got to know who brought you this incredible episode. First and foremost, it's Manscaped time.
Oh, is it ever?
Your balls smell unbelievable. Right
I know
now.
it. I know it.
I'm glad you know. At this point, you know what it's all about. You use code HardLore on manscaped.com. You're getting 20% and free shipping off every single thing you see. The Crop Reviver, a little spray that makes you smell good. The Crop Preserver, a little cream that makes you smell good. The Crop Duster, a little dust that makes you smell good.
Foot duster, body scrub, body scrubber, the hedge trimmer, the weed whacker, the beard trimmer.
They're on Lawnmower 5.0 at this point.
It's crazy.
They're always making improvements. So even if you got the 4.0, check out the 5.0. Okay? Code HardLore, 20% off, free shipping. You're not going to believe it. Please just stop thinking.
Different for us.
Start thinking. Stop stinking. Manscaped HardLore. This episode is brought to you by Mad Vintage.
Hey, Colin, where'd you get that shirt?
MADDvintage.com. Wow. Yeah, that's all you got to do. You go to this website. You listen to a band that we talk about on our show, he's got you covered. You're going to find the shirts you've been looking for your entire life. And we're passionate about this.
It's one of our favorite aspects of the thing that we're into, and it's important to note, Luke over at Mad Vintage, he's looking to buy, he's looking to trade. He wants to see what you got. You have things you haven't worn in a long time in that closet.
And you might sell them to him and see him on this show someday. So let's hurry it up. Hit him up. I want them. Our closets are full. So please get the stuff before we do.
I can't take anymore.
No. Code HardLore15 for 15% off. Mad Vintage. How we feeling? We feeling we're getting full?
Oh yeah.
All right. This was a beautiful. Thank you for having us.
This is perfect.
this is awesome.
Thank you
Awesome
for
food.
you're shooting food shots like it's a like you've been on
He's
TV
good.
before.
He's good. Yeah.
Bro,
Do we live for this shit?
I've watched some YouTube.
Yeah.
Shout out Mark Wins.
Can you describe your?
Yeah, give me your best Mark Weens.
What's your YouTube homepage look like?
Mark Weens. Do you know Mark Weens?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Okay. People ask us if they're like, what's one celebrity that people would love to meet? And I always give the collective answer. Because not all of us care about celebrities. If there was one that we all would be stoked to meet, it's Mark Weens. I'll send you some shit.
Okay.
He's like, I think he's American born, but he's grown up all over the place. He's like a real like international school type dude.
One of the biggest food bloggers.
He has like super Christian vibes, so I'm not sure if he is religious. But he's like a Ned Flanders type character.
Like my dad.
And nobody loves food more than this guy.
Wow.
Like he goes all over the world like and just tries fucking everything. And every time he takes a bite of a food, he looks like he's coming in his pants. Like every single
I
time.
saw that in your eyes a little bit. I saw something coming.
I was experiencing.
All right.
He's fucking awesome, man.
Good.
But yeah, Mark Wayne's probably some bodybuilding shit. Probably some 197 set.
Nice.
Plenty hardcore.
Hell yeah.
And then like video games.
Beautiful. What video games you play?
Just started playing a game called Fragpunk. It's
What's
like
the vibe?
it's like a 5v5, like CS meets Valorant, like kind of thing.
Is there like powers and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, that's probably another big passion of Speed is gaming. Well,
Really?
for 4 members of Speed.
So we all just got Steam Decks except for Josh.
Oh fuck yeah!
We all got Steam Decks, but
I can't get one.
Why?
I'm banned for life from Steam, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, IP banned, so I just can't have the console.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Mark, holy
But
shit!
how
What'd you do?
Stream sniping.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you know Ninja?
You stream
snipe Ninja?
IP banned for life. I can't have. I tried to get it. Can't
It's
get
not
one.
even on the Steam store.
What Ninja?
What was he playing? Was he playing
Call of
Fortnite?
Duty. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not banned from the Epic store though.
I can't use the console.
You can still play Fortnite.
You can use the console.
I've tried, guys. This is better if we don't pick it apart too much because I can't.
Because I know
It
that's
makes
not
me
true.
emotional to think about. Like I have to
Really?
fucking sit there while they're on their fucking things.
I can get you in there.
I'm reading a book.
Yeah, we'll get you.
I'll
We'll
get
figure
you.
something out.
the four of us have Steam Decks.
There's also the ROG one.
Yeah, the Asus one.
The Asus one. There's other. others.
That's good to know.
There's non-Steam client options now, John. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Did you fuck him up in the stream?
Yeah, dude. I mean, he quit. He rage quit.
Really?
He quick stroked them.
You have the clip?
No fucking way.
I'll send it.
Here
Did
it
you
is.
set it to the kill by 30 Seconds to Mars? Have you seen that one? All right, cool.
No, it was Linkin Park Numb.
I was about to say I was going to do Linkin Park behind it, actually.
Dude, that's incredible.
Dude,
Yeah.
that rules. What games are we playing on the deck?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. You psyched for the next one? Ghost of Yokai?
Yeah.
Or what is it? Yo something?
That's what. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Don't you have one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got a Steam Deck.
Oh yeah.
Steam Deck.
I'm decked out.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm Gen 1,
I know you've got a rig.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
It's my greatest passion now out of nowhere.
Your little
Can't
baby.
believe it.
That's it. Yeah.
You gotta you build a PC?
No.
You gotta build
You gotta build a PC.
He tried to get me to do it for years. And I was like, dude, I got a PlayStation. What do I need that for? I was wrong.
always been,
I
yeah.
was wrong.
Well, I love the Steam Deck because I don't like to sit down and be stuck. Like
So you're like, yeah.
I want to be. I'll be there in my bed, or I want to be on my couch, or I want to be in the car. I want to be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I just can't press stop.
You think that, and then you get a Herman Miller Aeron chair, and things change.
All right.
Things change, Jim.
I have
open
mine
to it.
docked, and I
I'm
play it on my
open to it.
TV. a
Oh,
lot.
really?
Yeah, with just a PlayStation controller. It's awesome.
I'm very open to it.
If the game, you know.
We gotta play something.
Absolutely.
Are you good at stuff?
We play Fortnite. No, I'm not good. sorry. I know you assume because.
No, I don't assume it. I don't know. You never know. I thought
really not.
Fleshwater was good at games, and I whooped him
I'm
at
really
everything.
not. Aaron is good though.
Okay.
Aaron is good. Yeah, my brother. Yeah. I'm not there. We play a lot of Apex Legends. We play Fortnite. Like,
PUBG. PUBG I can play.
a lot of PUBG.
I like PUBG.
PUBG got me through fucking COVID.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
I played a lot of PUBG in COVID too.
All right. Beautiful. Well, what do you say we go look at some records?
Let's get it.
All right. Thank you for having us, Nikki.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank
Little
you. for
Fish,
fucking
Echo
incredible
Park.
food.
Here we go.
Michelin style sandwich with fish in it.
All right, we're here at Going Underground Records in Little Tokyo, right next to Millet Crate, my favorite dessert.
Our favorite dessert.
Our favorite dessert. But before we eat that, we're going to go in and check out some records and meet Adam, the owner. Let's go in. Now, Steven, when you walk in a record store and the first thing you see is Terrorizer Jesus and Deicide Jesus, you're in the right place. You're okay. You got an old ass Kill Uncle poster.
Something Jem was just telling me. He said, Speed is collectively the least vintage shirt and record band. And my theory is that because it's more rare / expensive to get in Australia?
I would. Yeah. That might play a role. I also think that we as human beings are just so. I don't know how to say this, but we are not built to hold on to things for a long time.
You're not a materialistic guy.
You just
You're
And
more about the memory.
I think that we've also all the things that we wear, I think that like and listen to are like things that our friends make and stuff. I don't know. That's
Let's see if we can't find some friends' stuff.
Yes.
How about
That would
that?
be nice. Let's see what we got.
Sydney royalty. No pun intended, actually. And if you know Royal Headache, you should check out Antenna. It's the Singer's new band. It's amazing. In the vein of, and they got a new record. It's coming out on Last Ride Records.
Now, Jim, even though you're not a collector,
Yes, sir.
what is better than walking into a record store and finding your own band's record in another country? Isn't that nice?
It's a nice surprise when it does happen.
Well, let's find one.
Should I be surprised today?
Let's hope so.
Say the Holy Trinity.
You got a copy of that?
I don't have a
record by
copy
any
of
chance?
this. Sold out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They sold out of Speed
Oh,
Records.
come on.
Really?
We really did. We restocked it like, I don't know. Well, did they just move? Yeah.
You did it.
Wow.
Hey.
Sold out. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. So, since we can't hold it in my hands, tell me about Only One Mode. Your debut LP, it takes you damn near 5 years put together, essentially, with some EPs.
Combination of 5 years.
Combination is the culmination of 5 years' work. Tell me about putting it together, the response, the mindset going in, the influences.
We didn't think that we would ever get there. And I know that sounds cliche, but we didn't see beyond the 7-inch.
We really didn't. So with this year, we were just trying to make this the best possible thing that we could possibly offer. I'm gonna say this comes from confidence, like, or a lack of it. Like, we didn't think that we had the skills to write something, a body of work that long.
It's a lot. It's a lot of work.
It is, and I'm really stoked with the result. I'm happy with every single element. Having said that, moving on, like now where we're at, like, there's a whole new set of aspirations that we have that since we've learned from that like I wanna achieve just personally.
Headline Coachella.
Yeah, man.
Well, where do
Get on that
you
big stage.
go from here musically? You know, like how what do you think the evolution of speed?
It's such a difficult question, right? The biggest, I think the biggest personal kind of aspiration that we have right now is beyond anything is achieving a little bit more identity in the sound, because the speed is the product of all the things that we've ever loved.
Totally.
And I think the influences are so obvious. However, and when we wrote all these songs as well, it was just kind of, especially when we began, we thought we'd just be playing them to our friends, like, really. And now that we're at this position where there's just so much potential, just fucking doing so many things beyond we ever thought we would.
Totally.
It's like everything we've done as a band, it's just a bonus so far. But as an artist, it's like, can we actually find a little bit more of a distinct sound, especially as an Australian band? We spend our whole lives looking up to American stuff all the time, you know, and stuff abroad. So it's like, can we find a little bit more identity?
What is Australian hardcore?
Yeah,
what you want to answer that question anytime somebody turns your record on.
And we've always said that it comes down to the culture. It's a cultural thing. It's like it's an attitude thing, which we're really proud of. But yeah, it's a hard thing to answer.
The second LP
It's the hardest one.
is the hardest one.
The sophomore.
Because you gotta evolve without forsaking all the aspects that people love about you, while not like getting tired of them creatively.
Well, the first thing we do when we get off the plane after this trip next week is go to the studio.
Fuck yeah.
We're doing recording a few songs, so we'll see how that comes out.
So it's coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're written already?
90%.
Okay.
Yeah.
What can you tell me? Can you describe a little bit?
I think it's everything. I think it's everything that Speed has had, but just dialed up.
Okay.
Like, and I know I said that about the LP too, but
that's all you ever need to do.
Yeah.
Is keep dialing it up, and then giving the people what they want is step one. Exceeding their expectations is step two.
Ooh, well put.
Yeah. I don't know.
And you've done it every time.
Thank you.
You've continually turned the dial. The exceedometer goes up every time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see if we can find something you might want.
What do you got here?
Josh?
The original Pain and Truth pressing with the very, very low res cover.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
That ain't even a PNG, huh? Ridge, what happened?
Caught this at Nerds in Japan, and I was like, is it just me? Or is that a little blurry?
This is a Days record, right? Lumpy, we're going to have to find out the lore on what happened there. That looks terrible. That's
To me,
perfect.
it looks way cooler that way.
I agree.
But that's the thing that's sick about it.
Yeah.
I agree. There's a story there.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's a first press of the God Tate LP, the same thing happened. Sent it off to. I mocked it up on an app on my phone.
Dope.
Sent it to the designer.
I think that's probably what happened. Oh yeah, Sydney Hardcore.
Kings of Punk, Masters of Hardcore, Rapid Die. This is featuring members of Primitive Blast, the singer and the guitarist, the two masterminds in that band. This is unequivocally Sydney shit. So this LP just came out last month. It's fucking awesome. If you love anything punk with a little bit of hardcore, perfect.
This is a record we grew up on. This is the singer of Parkway Drive's brother is in this band. They played Sound of Fury.
Many years
or
ago,
something.
yeah, a long time.
I think this record came out in like 2007. The production on it is insane. Complex Studios. You get the compressor and you go whoosh, straight to the top. That's how you get
Is it loud,
the
the
50
brick
line
wall?
sound. Yeah, it's just everything is just yeah.
Nice.
Sounds like No Warning and shit if you're into that.
What other Australian hardcore can we find in here?
This band broke up, so maybe we won't do them.
For
They did?
for naughty reasons or for good reasons?
They fell out.
Ah. There you go.
What do you
It's
got?
not Ball of
Dropping any
Destruction,
suckers?
but still awesome.
It's the same songs pretty much, right?
Yeah.
His favorite is Ball of Destruction.
You're a Ball of Destruction man?
I love his voice because he's a kid.
He's so young.
You know what I mean?
So
And he
much
goes,
youth.
Mad Ball. That's the sickest thing ever. Oh, here we go. I think we know these guys.
Oh!
Heard that band before.
I think we know
Yeah,
that.
that's the Redux.
Yep. Dope record.
Thanks, man. We leaked it ourselves because Ice Cream took a long time to press it.
Word.
I mean, that first thing I saw was the fucking Rapidite record.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
One with the Underdogs.
This is HC Hall of Fame right here.
Undeniable. One of the greats.
What do you
That's
got there?
top 100.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Some might say
Some might say it's top 100.
on a
I'm saying.
list you might need to hear
Yeah.
before you die.
Let's see.
Beast.
This would be one of collectively Speed's favorite modern hardcore bands. This everything that's been done by this band, and this record is fucking amazing. And wait, did you have a hand in this?
My brother
Your
did.
brother did.
Brother did. Brother engineered it and mixed it, I believe.
Who produced it or helped write the songs?
My brother did. Yeah. It
It's-
was, I mean, I think it's all Josiah and my brother.
This is a fucking masterpiece. Everything they've done is amazing,
Dude,
but
that is weird.
yeah.
And is that
this
the
band did?
last one? I don't. Have
This is
they
the
done
last
anything
one.
since? Yeah.
I think they did it
Fucking
Skullfucked and
Craig.
2 songs after or something, but that's
Craig that was in like
Do you have
in Name and
Jim
Blood or whatever the game's called.
in your mind? Look at that.
Yeah, I saw that.
There you go. Some of them.
What's in my mind?
Pre-Killing Time, there was
the
Raw Deal.
60s.
Same exact band, different name, same songs, still good. Do you have Jim in your mind
What's in my mind?
a favorite tour that Speed has done yet?
Bro, there's so many different.
Maybe a favorite Australian tour and a favorite international tour, where you really thought like, we fucking did it, guys.
When we played in Bangkok for the first time, that whole Southeast Asia trip, this is the start of 2020.
Whispers?
Yeah, bro.
What a band.
Whispers. Actually, we should try and find this. Yeah, this record's this is sick. This
Look
is,
at the shirts
this is
on
fire.
the
The,
cartoon.
some would say the 33rd best 1980s punk band of all time.
The Southeast Asian tour. When we started Speed, we were like, we won't tour, but we will go Southeast Asia, and that was just. That's another region. Like Southeast Asia to Australia is almost like Europe to UK. You know what I'm saying?
right there.
Like, yeah, and we just have so many friends there, and obviously, like spiritually, like more than half of us are from there, and just see like the scene in Southeast Asia just
It's
explode with so many great bands, so much more swag. Like there was a period of time up until just before COVID where some of the things were a little bit behind, and now
They're ahead, dude.
it's
They're 5 years
insane.
ahead.
Yeah,
They're advanced.
There's so many fucking great bands from there. So yeah, I think Southeast Asia's like been amazing, but also, bro, like every single trip has been different. Like Knock Loose full US tour, like.
Yeah.
7 of us in a van, Australians, just literally living out of motels and gas stations for 7 weeks. Like,
Who's
opening up-
driving that?
Us
Josh
and,
from Last
and
Question.
Josh from Last Question.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It was the 6 of us plus him, and it was just crazy. Yeah.
Oh, RP. Al.
Oh, is this from
Shout out
know
our
what you're looking
homies
for.
from Stockholm.
Was it Sabotage? Yeah.
Oh, I saw that one
That's
before,
sick.
yeah. Dope band.
Some would say the 32nd best 1980s hardcore band of all time.
It's a very eclectic mix in here.
There is. This is a great store.
My wallet
Where's
is
the E?
screaming.
Josh, do you have a favorite tour or something?
Favorite Speed tour, or a show that you played where you got off stage and just thought, I think we did it.
We did our first bus tour in Europe towards the end of last year, and it was us, End It, Whispers, Life's Question, Day by Day were on a leg of it,
Crazy
Demonstration of
lineup.
Power were on a leg of it,
Jesus.
and it was Whispers' first time in Europe, and a lot of them meeting like all of these bands for the first time,
Yeah.
and the vibe was so fucking sick, dude. Everybody was just hanging out constantly. Like, there's like a group of people, like a bunch of Life's Question and some of the Edit guys and like Kane would like go off skating. And then like some of us would go to the gym, some of us would go like explore the city or whatever. Every day was just like a couple of different crews of people just going and hanging out and just enjoying shit.
All the videos from that tour, I remember being like,
I got a question for you guys.
And it was an international tour as well, you know what I mean? Like, you had 2 American bands. Last Question had Meg from Big Cheese and Turnstile and Joe from Pest Control filling in for a bit. So, like, you had British people, you had Australians, you had Americans, you had Thai people.
Meeting
like,
of the minds.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude.
what?
What's the best episode you've ever done?
Best episode we've ever done?
Like, okay.
Your favorite?
It's the Vinny Stigma.
It's the Stigma one when we wrapped. So for a little context, the Stigma one was 48 hours after I tried to eat 200 McNuggets, and 24 hours after I played like a brutal show, and then 8 hours after we filmed the Mike Dijon thing and the Brooklyn thing back to back to back. That was all one day.
All one day.
That's insane.
So that going as well as it did, that was one where like camera shut off and we hugged.
Yeah, it was just like we did something.
Yeah.
Well done.
Like, whatever we just did rocks, and is the kind of what we all, our other like another favorite is the Brian one in Louisville, which is essentially what we're doing with you guys.
That's what we wanted this to be.
This is what we want
One of those.
of the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, when Whispers come here in July,
Yeah.
or when they come here in May, and if you have the chance, and you finally have Whispers and Ole on this show, you will have your best episode.
Oh, yeah?
I'm telling you. You will you will have the best chat, whatever it is, with Ole and the boys from Whispers on this.
I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah, he's been waving the flag.
Bro, they are so encyclopedic and crazy about hardcore, metalcore, everything to do with it. And they have the most insane personalities. They're the best fucking people. That you cannot not fall in love with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys would have the best chance.
I already love them. They sent in an acceptance for best guest vocal part on our like award thing last year, and just watching that was like, I think I'm in love with all.
Yeah. When we went to Bangkok, I mean, a bunch of you guys had already met a lot of them before,
Yeah.
but they met us at our hotel, took us cross-road to a Japanese hot pot place. We ate a ton of food, and then we went to a weed cafe and just took it over and sat down and just started playing each other our favorite hardcore videos.
See?
So we're showing them
Tale
like,
as old as
Let me
time.
tell you, there's episodes you can make.
dude, we're showing them like famous videos within our friendship circle of people just getting like decimated at like shows in Australia. And then they're like, all right, we'll check this one out in Bangkok. Here's Stephen from Kickback beating someone up with a ladder. Like, and we just went back and forth for like 3 hours or something while everybody else in the joint was just like,
Perfect. We were just talking.
You think from the outside, you just think like culturally we're all so different.
yeah.
We're not, brother.
We're the fucking same.
That's
dude.
why this thing is so fucking sick, because it makes the world so much smaller. It's like I can travel literally to the other opposite side and meet people. I don't know, this is such a trope in every hardcore conversation about how good it is, but it is. I think it's so necessary when the world feels so fucking divided. It's like we have so many similarities, and there are so many small things which are so meaningful to us. We can all get along, you know what I mean, and find some kind of commonality. It's just it makes me more passionate about this shit.
It almost makes the music secondary.
For sure.
But that's what drives me crazy about like hardcore and hardcore crime. Almost.
Yeah, straight up.
like using your time in public to talk shit about other hardcore bands when like we're here for the same reason. There's greater enemies out there. That's exactly there's actual musical evil in this world.
Literally, bro.
That we must defeat. And so we got to work together to do that.
Obviously, the tribalism is a part of it, and you gotta protect some stuff, and it's part of the culture too. You have to. I respect that. I totally respect that. But there is definitely a higher proportion of bullshit I feel that's spoken that's
100%.
probably unnecessary.
Yeah, and that's fine. So we're winding down here. So I got a very important question for each of you individually. And I kind of want 2 answers.
Yeah.
I want to know your top 4 hardcore records of all time, period. And top 4 Australian hardcore records of all time.
Oh shit!
Top 4 all time. That's an easy one. Train Yard Blues.
Wow.
Age of Quarrel. Stay Cold. And I guess another like kind of more millennial take as well. The Sleeping Iron Age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're the best riffs ever written to me.
Okay.
All respectable.
Great answer.
And then Australian, Mind Snare, Hang Choke, Wrist Slit is fucking crazy.
They're the like forefathers of modern
They've
Australia.
been toe to toe with Madball and AF.
Without a doubt.
Bulldoze, what a banger.
That's a meme. That's an Australian hardcore
Is
meme.
it really?
Yeah.
Dude, we have a friend who has a tattoo.
No way. How do you
Yeah.
spell it?
Howsy.
KCH? Some shit?
Howsy.
Damn.
Howsy?
Yeah.
Really?
With a bulldozer.
I have no idea.
That's fucking awesome.
So yeah, what? Mind Snare. Miles Away Consequences.
Yeah.
They got over here. They did.
Yeah.
They were Australia's Bridge 9 band.
Got you.
They were all Bridge 9 band.
That's for sure.
That makes
why.
sense.
Fuck man, we listened to it the other day. Carpathian, Nothing to Lose.
Yeah.
It's Australian.
Is that
American
pre or
lyrics.
post Krispy
Krispy
Kreme
Kreme.
shirt?
That's mid Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
that is Krispy Kreme.
The
good era.
The Krispy Kreme shirt was in celebration of that
Yeah.
record.
And then one that I think I know will definitely be on
fucking did
Jam's list, but maybe on yours as well, Dennis, is Parkway Drive Killing with a Smile. That was the entry point to like
That was,
music that you can mosh to for us.
But then, and that got you. That's a domino to here.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
so
so
of course that
the
counts.
50 Lines LP that I picked up before, like they would take bands like that on tour or Miles Away or, you know, all these other hardcore bands at the time. And so you'd go to the metalcore show and then you'd hear power chords instead and someone yelling instead of fucking, you know.
Yeah.
And we just fell in love with that like even more, I think. So
Beautiful.
It's a relief in those moments. Yeah.
Well, the thing for me, right, I didn't even necessarily love metalcore when I first heard it, and then Elliot showed me this band called Jungle Fever, who sound like fucking Righteous Jams or something, and I was like, oh, that's the music that I like.
Crazy name.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, you probably wouldn't do it anymore.
Oh. Dennis.
Me,
Yep.
Madball set it off.
Great answer.
I'm gonna have to say Terror on the Underdogs.
Great answer.
It's like like people will be like, oh yeah, no, I said,
No, it's deserved.
but I'm gonna say Terror on the Underdogs. Death Threat, Peace and Security, and I have like a millennium answer as well. It's King Knight.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Scared to death?
Scared to death.
Wow. Great answer.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
modern
gonna
classic.
clown for that, but fuck people.
That's that.
Remember that when Brandon got clowned?
Who? Oh, for saying that?
For saying that?
Yeah, I mean,
what the fuck cares? These motherfuckers.
they're wrong. And Scared to Death is a record where
It's a
it takes time to be timeless, you know. And now that that's been out for 12 years, it's gone from like modern classic to like actual
That's it.
just
Some
classic.
Some shit's undeniable, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes music
That's
is
my
just
fault.
that good.
What's good for? What about Australia?
I'm gonna say 50 Lines, Nowhere to Run,
Okay.
because that's a CD that got me
CD.
into like where we are now.
Sure.
Parkway Drive, Killing with a Smile,
Okay.
Outsiders Code.
Oh, that's a fucking band.
Is it like exiled from?
Yeah, Exiled.
Yeah.
What a record. They're like Australia's dying breed. I've always described them.
They'd been around if it was only the dude doing backup scenes.
Yes, who sounds like the singer of
Right,
Dying Breed.
yeah.
It's awesome.
And Miles Away, Consequences.
There you go.
Beautiful.
All right, Jim.
I'm so hard with like picking ones, and they're gonna not be representative of.
Well, it's only going to be on the internet forever.
Yeah, I know. Set it off. This might be one that is the things we carry.
Oh yeah,
sure.
of course.
Have Heart to me. When I discovered Have Heart, it was I worked at a youth center to try and just get on a show, and the first tour that came around was the final Have Heart tour in Australia.
Oh wow.
And the band at the time, we got to open it, and it was the first time I'd ever printed merch for a show. It was the first time. It was like every kid from high school came to the show, and it also, my dad used to work in IT, and he became a life coach, just doing seminars for his friends.
Okay.
And was full PMA to me and shit, but I was listening to like emo shit and that. And it was the first time where like this hardcore thing intersected with like the values my family was preaching, you know what I'm saying? So Have Heart just like changed my life. And then there's so many records to pick out, but I'm gonna say Big Kiss Goodnight.
Okay.
Because Big Kiss Goodnight to me is the perfect intersection between straight the ass beat of music and just catchy choruses.
Catchy choruses, intelligent
It's
songwriting,
insane.
melody. It's got it all.
It's heart-filled, like it's swagged out. Yeah. And then maybe Perseverance.
Okay.
Because as well, that was like hardcore before I realized it was hardcore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't like. It was that and Throwdown were the two bands that were on this metal seat, but it's a compilation that I got burnt by my relative that taught me guitar when I was 11. And so, yeah, those are 4. And then for Australia, No Apologies, Survival. Break Even, The Bright Side. Parkway Drive, Killing with a Smile.
So that's the one. That seems to be the.
That's unanimous.
Yeah, but that's also my favorite record of all time.
Okay, straight up.
Yeah, that's my favorite record of all time. And I'm gonna say this is not even an album. I'm just gonna say Primitive Blast and Animalistic because that's also probably one of the things I've listened to the most.
Yep.
Beautiful. And I'm just proud of them.
Beautiful. They've played here a lot, so hopefully they come back. What a lovely day we just had.
Yeah, this was a blast.
Thank you.
Hardcore music, bringing people together worldwide.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thanks for joining us.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's been a fucking dope day.
It's been awesome.
Let's do it again in Sydney.
Yeah.
Please. And thank you for indulging us because this is just shit we would have done with or without the camera on. And you've just been able to watch our experience.
That's true.
So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Very proud of you boys. Very happy for you boys. Have a good show tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Enjoy
a good show forever because this lives in perpetuity.
perpetuity and the other half of Coachella coming up.
or a few years ago,
back
depending
then.
on when you watch this. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you all for watching this. This was HardLore with Speed in LA. We had a lovely day. We love you so much. Bye.
Thank you.